It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. 9 months ago, the San Juan Broncos accomplished what only 3 teams in the state of Utah before them had as they cruised to their 5th straight 2A state championship over the South Summit Wolves. Tonight they embark on a journey they hope will end in their 6th straight state title. We begin the 2026 high school football season with a conversation with San Juan head coach Barkley Christensen, who's entering his 10th season at the helm. Coach, start of a new football season. It's hard to believe. I say this to you every year, how fast it comes up, and here we are. You've got a new look team this year. Talk to me about this team. What can you tell me about these guys?
Yeah, it really is. It's a completely different look, I feel like, which, every year is different, but we will identity-wise, offensively, and I feel like defensively look a lot different. But, these kids, they may not have a ton of varsity experience coming in. Obviously, we had some sophomores that started for us last year that will be juniors now, but our senior class, for the most part, a lot of them are going to be brand new starters. Some got some time last year, but not like in crucial minutes. And so it'll be interesting to see. We talk about every year, like we can put them through camp and put them through practice all summer long, but you won't really see what they have until you get into a battle week one. And as of right now, everything looks really good. Our full padded camp against, we scrimmaged Stansbury and Bear River and Richfield, some top tier, teams, bigger teams, and we did really well. But obviously that doesn't translate into week one necessarily, because you still got to show up and play. And that's what this group's kind of figuring out, because they've watched a bunch of state championships, but they've never significantly played. A lot of them, not everybody, but so it's going to be interesting to see when they get in those tough moments how they respond, because it's not just cheering somebody on anymore. I'm actually the guy doing it.
Yeah, this is an interesting group. This is a group of guys who have never seen a San Juan football season come to an end other than winning a state championship.
Yeah, and that's luckily how it's been for the last 2 senior groups that we just graduated. They've clean swept it, and so it's always the battle of those groups worked for that and they watched the others, and these guys have too. But over time, when it becomes easy, that just becomes kind of the norm, and we're trying not to let complacency creep in. Like, you have to understand what everybody has put into it, and it's even for me, you think after 10 years, you just have it kind of figured out, but then a new group comes in and it's back to square one basics of coaching, and you have to do that every single year, and you have to fall in love with that process.
Do you feel like you're battling that? Do you feel like the kids come in thinking that having that type of feeling where they won't have to expend that much effort, or is that something that comes naturally to them, that they understand how hard it is?
I think human psychology will always prevail in that, in terms of that's all they've known, and so which is good and bad, right? Because they expect to always win, but at the same time, when you're not actually putting in the work and sacrificing those years that we were winning, you just think it does happen. Like, how does that? It's just magic, right? Like, what's the secret? What's the secret formula? There is no. It's just repetitive hard work that's boring, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. And so, again, these guys worked hard. I'm not saying that they felt that, but naturally, it's easy for everyone just to kind of find that comfort zone and latch onto it. And so that's something that even us as coaches battle.
We just put an article in the San Juan Record about all the kids who have come through San Juan County, have graduated, are now competing at a higher level. A whole bunch of kids from your football team last year are on that list, whether they start this year or in a couple years. You got some spaces that you got to fill this year. Who's stepping up into those roles?
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough to replace guys like that are going to go play at Utah State or Utah Tech or Snow College full scholarships, right? It's hard to replace. So, like I said, a lot of them are seniors, so it's not like we're putting in young guys, but we're young in experience. Stepping into it, obviously the offensive line looks pretty similar. We have Trey Bradford coming back. Keelan Hutchins played some significant time, but then Easton Knight will be stepping in at the center position. Gage Palmer played all year last year. So really we're kind of breaking in 2 new guys with Pierce Holiday and Easton Knight, but we feel like we have 6 or 7 in that rotation on the offensive line that we feel comfortable with. Running back wise, obviously Jagger, that's kind of us, like, we can get Jagger the ball any way possible. We would, and that's where we'll look a little bit different. We have a really good running back. Thomas Harden stepped up all summer long. Jace Razor's been battling a hamstring injury all summer, but when he gets back, he's going to be right there in that mix too. So it's not just, one guy. Even Brig Palmer, we put him back there, and you see glimpses of like a Jagger Neves, just an athletic type kid that runs hard. So it's just going to be kind of revolving doors of who's hot, and we're going to just ride that until we figure out who we can rely on in certain situations.
Who does Bo have to throw to this year?
Tons of receivers. So Mike and Keith on the outside. He's a speed guy that he's had a good summer. Andrew Nelson out there. Quincy Singer's another speed tall receiver that we like matchups on the outside. At slot, Randall Black's played unreal all summer. One of the best route runners I've coached. And then Brig Palmer at slot. But then we've got guys that can fill in like whenever we like Cooper Laws. Unfortunately, Max Stearns would have been out there. He had a tough injury with a ruptured Achilles, but then there's even some sophomores and that we would feel comfortable in this freshman group coming in too as really good wide receivers. I'm not saying that they're ready quite yet, but we like what we have on the outside. We run a spread offense. You have to have athletes all over the field, and that's what we want to do is cover every blade of grass out there to make it work.
Well, this is old hat to Bo at this point. Bo Yeomans is a consummate veteran now since he's been in since he was so young. Do you feel like he continues to advance each year and get better?
Yeah, I mean, the sky is the limit for him. I mean, with his intangibles, he's still growing. He's so tall and he has such a big arm. Probably the biggest natural arm I've ever had. But with that size and still growing, he still battles some little mechanic issues, but he's so easy to coach and he's so competitive and he's such a good leader. And so, yeah, he's a veteran in that way, but he's also learning it's a different team, and he was able to rely on it, throw it up to a Trip Palmer or Jaggers, he's out there somewhere, and it's easy to roll with that. So now it's more it has to be on his shoulders.
Tell me about the defensive side. Do you got guys who are hungry to tackle people and kill people on the offensive side?
Yeah, our defense is going to look a little bit different. We usually like our defensive line to be smaller, quicker guys. Personnel-wise, it just didn't really match up like that. So we have our defensive line still, they're fast for big guys, but we're bigger up front. Mm-hmm. So I feel like against the run, we're going to be a lot, stronger if we can get the edges contained. We're pretty thin at linebacker. We've got, Thomas Harden and Cam Adair in the middle until Jace Razor gets back too from injury. We have some flexibility there. And then Danny Price on the outside is kind of taking over from where Max was, and then Brig Palmer. And then after that, a lot of it's young guys, like sophomores. They're going to have to be ready to step up and just, I think the big thing is not being so worried about messing up. We just got to play football and play hard and play fast, and at the end of the day, things will take care of themselves. But we are a little more inexperienced on the defensive side of the ball than we are on the offensive side of the ball, so we got to grow up quick or we might get in some 60-50 shootouts, and that's what we don't want. But no, we'll be fine. They've been getting better every single day, and they listen. They're very coachable. That's what I love about this group.
With all the success that you guys have had over the years, maybe it's hard to say. Well, I know probably you dissect everything and you see the things that you want to do better as a team. But on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, has there been anything that you feel where you've been weak or that needs improvement that you're looking to hone in this year? And you can speak to both offense and defense.
Yeah, I think offensively all summer would be we've got to get better at drop back passing. I mean, I know it looks like we throw the football a ton. When you look at a stat sheet, it's like 30 attempts for 300 yards. But if you actually really break it down, a lot of it's, just kind of those relief, audible type plays where something's open and our quarterback can just get the ball out quick, RPO stuff. We got to get better at drop back passing, like to take a true, in the shotgun, the old school 7-step, but in the shotgun, the old 3-step drop and push the ball down the field. We don't have that just real big wide receiver like we did last year, and so we're trying to figure out how to get these guys open down the field to where we can push it. And then on the defense side of the ball, the edges, like I mentioned, we've got to be able to contain the edges. I feel like our outside run defense is a little weak right now, and that's something that we've got to get better at quick because that's where everybody wants to hit. So those are kind of things we've got to hone in big time, or it could get scary. We have a tough schedule opening up. It's not an easy first 5 games, so hopefully we get that dialed in by next Friday.
Yeah, it is immediate. I know, and I know you love the football season. I know you love all the games. You stack, like you just said, tough opponents at the beginning of the year. It's very fun. You're going to play a couple of the top teams in the 1A. One of those teams is a longtime rival who could either be in your league or not, and you guys have had some good games against them. Is there any games that you're really looking forward to this year? Any revenge you need to exact or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, in breaking it down game by game, like just to every game, I feel like, and maybe it's just my own personality, I can find something that we didn't do good last year, and we want to prove something. Like, Grantsville offensively, we didn't play great to start off the year, and that's something we want to do. We want to jump on those guys, but that's a big 3A team that always has physical athletes. That it's a good team. It's a tough game to start off with. Beaver obviously is a big one. Going to Beaver after losing here up 14-0, having the ball twice up 14-0 and not putting it away. And obviously, tons of respect for all these teams. That was a good team. It wasn't like we just blew it. They came and took it, but that's one we want to get back at their home turf. Kanab, after winning the 1A state championship, is going to be a fun one to go there. Summit Academy has totally reloaded their whole roster, 72 new kids they've brought in. Whole new coaching staff. They've got some NFL guys on the staff. That's going to be I see it as a way to prove ourselves, you know what I mean? And South Summit, they bring a lot back, and they're obviously wanting to get some revenge on us. And then moving into region, you always have Delta that's tough, and then Manti is a revenge game week 7. Moab obviously dropped out. We don't play anything week 8. Maybe a good opportunity to get healthy, and then we come back and finish with Emory and South Sphere, who are a long time. We know them. South Sphere brings back a lot after a semifinal run. I know they're feeling good about where they're at, and Emory's always tough. So I think it's one of the hardest schedules we've ever had in our program's history, but that's preseason. We don't know what it's actually going to shape out like, but early on it looks got our work cut out for us. I'm just excited for it all.
Yeah.
We could easily start, I'm not saying 0-5, we don't even want to think that, but you could easily start off that way with how our schedule's stacked up and still be in good shape to make a push and go win a state championship.
Yeah.
Well, I know with a group that's young, not necessarily age-wise, but experience-wise, like you talked about earlier, do you feel the boys are confident? Do you feel they feel a pressure maybe to keep up what you guys have established over these 5 years?
Absolutely they do. But I think it's in a good way. I don't think it's a pressure that's crumbling them. I think it's in a pressure of motivating to keep working, because you don't want to be the grade that lets it slip. I don't think they've ever felt it in such a scary way. They're so nervous to fail, you know what I mean? It's just, we've got to keep working for this thing. And so in a good way, yes, they feel that pressure, and the standard is the standard. And not unfortunately, it's great. That's why we, love living here. But anything less than a state championship's a disappointing season now at this point. So, which is good and bad, but we wouldn't want it any other way.
I know every time I talk to you this time of year, you guys are eagerly anticipating hitting somebody else instead of continuing to hit yourself. What's the feeling you get from these guys leading into this first game?
That's the exact feeling. It's kind of that week 2 of training camp. We had week 1 last week. That's always fun because you get the pads on again, and guys are trying to fight for positions. But then you get into week 2, that kind of excitement's died down a little bit, and it's like I am hitting the same kid for 2 weeks straight, and they know what we're running on offense. We know what they're doing on defense. It's not even playing football anymore. It's just trying to, stop because you know what's going on. And so that's the big thing, is finally just scaling it back a little bit practice-wise, and game planning, studying for the next team, and then making a plan to beat that team instead of just continuing to install and run plays against a defense that knows everything that we're about to line up and do. So that's what's exciting about it, is we get to go compete.
First game of the year on the neutral field, Grantsville, a team that you've seen for the past few years. What do you know about them this year, and what are you guys going to have to do against them?
Yeah, Grantsville's always been Grantsville. I mean, they got a new offensive and defensive coordinator, which makes things a little difficult for a week 1 because, and both of them are first-time offensive coordinator, first-time defensive coordinator, because I usually will vet and go see where they've coached at before, and I'll go back and watch all of their game film and try to figure out what their tendencies are, and it's hard when they've never called an offense before. So we've got some things on them, but what I know about them is their kids love to play football, and they play hard, and they're athletic. I mean, you play a big 3A school, that's just what you're going to get, and they've got some guys they play hard. And I do know their quarterback that had been starting since he was a freshman. I don't know what happened. He's not their starting quarterback. They have a sophomore starting, and so but we've seen him a little bit. He's a good little athlete. He can run and throw, and so they've got some really athletic defensive ends, a good little secondary, really good wide receiver. I mean, it will be one of the better teams that we play this season for sure, in terms of personnel and athletic ability, and so we're excited. I mean, what a test to open it up.
You may have already answered this, but do you get the impression that you guys are ready?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And they've been competing all summer, which is the good thing. And we've had really good results. I mean, we've won 2 of the 3 of 7-on-7s that we went to, we went and won that camp in Richfield, against a 4A team in Stansbury and Bear River, and then obviously a good 3A team in Richfield. So we won. I mean, they don't really keep score. It's not as much of a football game, but we're in pads, still running offense. And offensively, I felt like we did whatever we wanted to those teams, but defensively, we, have a little bit of work to do. But outside of that, I think we're absolutely ready. I mean, these kids are chomping at the bit.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get the season started?
No, I just, these kids really are you got to find that balance as a high school coach. I think especially in a rural community. I mean, find that balance of how hard to push, but at the same time make it a fun and enjoyable experience. But nobody likes to lose, you know what I mean? And so it's kind of, but I just appreciate these kids for they listen to me. All of us coaches, I mean, they're very coachable. They work hard. I couldn't ask for a better group, and so that's kind of my main motivation personally as a coach is I don't want to let these kids down, you know what I mean? And that's a big responsibility on me. And then I hope they just go out and have fun and play San Juan football, and at the end of the day, they can look at themselves in the mirror and say, I have no regrets of how hard I played. I'm proud of them because they have done everything we've asked of them to this point. So,
all right, Coach, exciting time of year, best time of year football, getting ready to kick off, man. We appreciate you chatting with us. We look forward to talking with you all year. We look forward to another great season of San Juan football. We know it's going to be fun. We believe you guys can get a 6th championship in a row. And, it'll be fun to watch. It'll be fun to be a part of. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Hey, thank you. That's what we're chasing is let's go get number 6.
Let's kick off the 2026 high school football season live from Snow College in Ephraim. It's the San Juan Broncos taking on the Grantsville Cowboys in the Rural Utah Preview. Welcome to Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. A year, and it also feels like it's been a couple days since we did this, man. It's an exciting time of year. I mean, normally you expect it to stay hot these first couple weeks, and so we were kind of joking around. You don't get that crispness in the air until a little bit later in the season. But, man, cooled down a little bit here. We may even get rained on here tonight. We'll see. But beautiful night here in Ephraim for some football as we kick it off in 2026.
Yeah, good weather right now for the first game of the season. Not too hot. Get you settled in a little bit as a player. And it's just good fan. Some people got their hoodies on here. It's chill. There's a chill in the air.
There is a chill. It's nice. It sort of feels a little bit like football out here, a little bit humid even. And we got a few minutes of warm-up here. You can see San Juan out on the field for those of you watching on StreamUtah.Live, and we do welcome you in. This is going to be a fun matchup tonight. I think it's going to be pretty evenly matched between these two squads here this evening.
Yeah, the last 2 years we've played Grantsville. Of course, you talked about it on the morning show on the Sports Report. 2 years ago, ending the streak, and then last year, San Juan getting a little revenge here on this field. I think both teams kind of match up similarly where it's kind of the unknowns this year with both teams. You know what you got in a quarterback in San Juan, and you got a solid line up front, but then you got some question marks at wide receiver because you lost so much last year.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side of the Grantsville, sophomore quarterback getting his first high school football start here tonight.
Yep.
A new defense, new offense, and so it could be one of those games where you just got to kind of survive the first half to make some adjustments going into the second half for each team.
And it seems like there's a little upheaval on the Grantsville side as well. You got a brand new offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator for this team, like you heard Coach Christensen talk about, and I know we're aware of that. And a little bit of upheaval, a little bit of confusion surrounding even the indications here as we come here. Even just the simple fact that San Juan's roster, at least, is a little bit more squared away for us as broadcasters, and Grantsville's is kind of out in left field. We're trying to kind of scramble and trying to figure out who's going to be on the field for them. So how does that affect them, and do you think that they even have in mind the revenge factor with San Juan beating them last year? Do you think that even factors in here tonight?
I think for the players, 100% factors in. Players have, juniors, sophomores, freshmen, last year's team, they remember it. They want to get a win on a college turf. They want to beat the San Juan, the powerhouse, the 5-time defending 2A state champs. They want to come out here and get a win. As far as coaching goes, the defensive coordinator, he now moves to offensive coordinator. And the downside for San Juan in game prep is you don't know what they're going to run.
Yeah.
Coach Christian talked about it in an interview.
Yeah.
And as a former head coach, you value that film time where you can kind of study because most teams are pretty similar when they have the same offensive coordinator season to season. You might change some little things. You might bring in couple different, things to throw a defense off, but you're pretty similar.
Yeah.
And with a whole different offense, it's going to take the, first series or two for Coach Bowering to kind of diagnose what the offense is, what his defense wants to look like. And then on the flip side, for Coach Christian to say, okay, are we going to be able to run heavy here, outside, inside zone? What's our pass game look like with what they're running on defense? So look to see them kind of throw a couple different looks at you as far as San Juan to kind of get Grantsville to show a little bit to see kind of what they want to do here going into the stretch of this game.
Well, Bo Yeomans talked in his Media Days interview with Robert Lovell at Mid-Utah Radio and TeamHive.Live. He talked about wanting to get a better start this year. His first 4 games last year, admittedly, were not great. He had a breakout game, if you remember, Art, up at South Summit and exploded for 600-something yards in that game, passing, I think it was. But until then, those first 4 games, including that game against Grantsville last year, pretty slow start for Bo Yeomans, but he's got that year behind his belt. What kind of leadership role for him? What part of the factor is that for him? What size of role will he play specifically as the junior quarterback now coming in for this team?
I think you're exactly right. I think he's going to come out and he's going to be a force week 1 here in this game. I think he had to get his feet wet, and the same thing for Grantsville's sophomore quarterback. He's going to have to come out and kind of get the game speed. It's a lot different than JV and freshman football. I think with Bo, though, you saw that towards, like you said, Rhett, towards the middle of the season where he was a little timid on running. He could throw the ball a mile, and he's great at throwing, but that instinct to take off, and go down the field, it just wasn't there. And now he's kind of got that, and I think he goes into this game where he's confident in his legs, confident in his arm, and he's turned out to be a leader over the summer with this group of kids.
Well, we got the national anthem. We'll turn it up and let you hear that. I'm going to say they are not wasting any time ramming this thing in here, man. We got the 8 o'clock start tonight, and we are still, I guess we got about 3 minutes away. I don't know if they're going to call some starters or what they have left here tonight. I think they're just going to come out and get going. But we're going to step aside real quick. We'll while they do the coin toss, we're going to take a real quick break, and we will return for the opening kickoff. We are glad you've joined us. It's our very first Friday Night Lights broadcast of the season here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Art Adair and Rhett Sifford with you tonight. We'll step aside. We will return for the opening kickoff. Stay with us.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
It's Friday Night Lights.
It is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We welcome you back live to Snow College. It's Rhett Sifford alongside Art Adair. And Art, I think it's very entertaining. I look across the way. I don't know what decides who's the home team and the away team. I know San Juan was do they alternate each year? San Juan was home last year. So they got the San Juan folks all packed into those tiny stands over there, and the Grantsville people are all spread out with a lot of air over here on the home side.
Yeah, one thing about Snow College is they don't tend to pander to the visiting school, that's for sure.
That's a small section over there. But the Broncos will be receiving the football here to start off this 2026 season. They seem excited about that. I mean, that's a mantra for them. They get the ball first. They try to get that offense going, and so that's what they look to do here today. We got a couple of rule changes that we want to let you know about real quick before we start the season as well.
Yes, well, the first one is the mercy rule change this year. It's always been a running clock after halftime to 35 points if you're up by 35.
Yep.
But the new rule this year is it's still the 35, but now if you get up by 44 points after the third quarter, so anytime if you're up after when third quarter ends or anytime during the fourth quarter, you get up by 44, the game ends. So last year, Milford, Ridgeline, and San Juan all had 7 games that would have ended early.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no kidding. And then obviously the UHS also switched up the playoff brackets. Only 16 teams qualify, but that only affects 4A and 5A.
Yeah, that won't affect us. Give me a touchback here to start it off as Brig Palmer receives with his toe in the Snow College end zone here. So the Broncos are going to start it at their own 20 to get the first play from scrimmage here at Snow College to start this season off. We are glad you've joined us. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Art, we'll get to that in a minute here, but San Juan is going to bring it to the line of scrimmage here. Bo Yeomans in his junior year, starting the season in the shotgun. Stands back at his own 15. Will take the snap, and San Juan will immediately go to the ground and test that inside defense from Grantsville. And it's going to be a nice little 4 or 5 yard run right off the hop from Thomas Harden, the new running back.
Yeah, and Thomas, he's a physical runner. I know they're missing Jace Razor, who's kind of their speedy shifter, but Thomas, he'll pound you.
And this time they'll pitch it to the outside, and there's some room on the sideline. Brig Palmer gets out near the 40. Let's see where they mark him. It's going to come back to looks like the 36-yard line, but it is a quick first down for San Juan.
Yeah, nice use of your skill players there, as Brig is usually that speedy wide receiver slot, and they get him out there in the backfield and just a quick pitch to get him around the end.
That's an 11-yard run for Palmer to start it off. Now he'll take a pass from Bo Yeomans, and he'll stretch that out. Little run after the catch over on the far side. We got a flag late on the tackle here. We may see a face mask over there, but if it stands as it is, it's going to be an 8-yard gain on the first pass of the season for Bo Yeomans.
From the official that threw it, I would tend to see there's a late hit, maybe someone coming in with a helmet or piling on. We'll see. Maybe. Let's see what the ref calls here. It's going to end up in a first down for San Juan.
So it's going to
personal foul.
So there you go.
Hits
so
the head.
It was going to be an 8-yard pass, and so that's what we'll say. Targeting is the call. It's an 8-yard pass.
Yeah, you get those safeties sometimes coming up, Rhett, and they're excited to hit, and the play's already stopped, and they just want to keep motoring in there.
And Yeomans will pitch as he's being hit right at the last minute to Thomas Harden here. And he's going to get 6 yards for San Juan, down to the 35-yard line of Grantsville. And so the Broncos right now marching it down the field. And another positive yardage gain here for Thomas Harden to start it off. 6 yards. He's got 11 so far on the night. They're moving quickly. No shock. Yeomans is going to look to the end zone, throw it down the sideline. It is caught down inside the 5-yard line for a first and goal for San Juan.
Brig Palmer.
So Brig Palmer catches that one, and I didn't see where'd that start from. I think that was around the 35 down to that's probably about a 30-yard pass, I believe, from Yeomans.
And great blocking up front by the running back and the tight end there to seal that end out. And Yeomans just steps up, and now Yeomans tries it with his legs, and he'll pick up about 2 here.
Very short gain, but inching closer to the end zone, his first carry of the night.
I tell you, that Brig Palmer, he was a gamer last year as a sophomore, and the sky's the limit for this kid.
And they're going to go on the ground. Touchdown, San Juan. This time, Bo Yeomans goes in completely untouched. Off the left tackle, just kept it himself. Back-to-back runs. And completely easy for him as he scampers in from 2 yards out, and the Broncos have drawn first blood. They lead 6-0.
Yeah, good little off the left side there. Yeomans had no one over there. Everybody bit to the right. That line did a tremendous job of sealing in, and he just walked right in the end zone. And now a little quick pitch, that little shovel pass to Brig Palmer. Let's see if they get him in the end zone.
The Grantsville people say no. The Grantsville people say no. The San Juan people say yes.
Nope.
It's going to be no. So the point after try fails on the 2-point try. So it will remain 6-0. Wow, that's a very convincing drive for San Juan. Art, they wasted no time and marched down the field at will that time, made it look pretty easy on the way down for their first touchdown of the night.
Yeah, and they mixed it up a little bit. They had the run, they had the little short pass, the little shovel pass they like to run, just mixing things up, trying to get a feel for the defense and where they can find the pressure and the relief.
And so the Broncos open up the scoring, and now we'll kick it off to Grantsville, 6-0. And we are just over 90 seconds in to this one. So Grantsville will try to protect it here on the kick return, and then maybe we'll get a chance to see their offense for the first time this season.
And I think, Rhett, correct me if I'm wrong, but in all the years we've been doing this together, I think this is our 5th or 6th year now, probably 6th. I don't think we've ever had a true kicker on San Juan. It's always been just a skill player that's out there and kick. This Luke Jepson kid, number 12, he's got the kicking shoe on, and that he was warm. I think he's a true kicker. He's listed on the program as a kicker. So I don't think they've ever listed someone just as kicker.
There you go, rare. And he will boot it down. It'll roll out of bounds. I don't know, Art. You might have spoken too quickly as he commits a infraction with the kick here. So that'll give good field position to Grantsville on the illegal procedure on the kickoff out of bounds.
Hey, you got to give your first kick in your first high school game the benefit of the doubt, and it just happens to roll out. So 35 is where Grantsville will start. That's not a bad start.
He would probably tell you he was preventing the run back on that play.
Give your defense a chance to get on the field and not have your kickoff team out there letting people score on you. Is exactly right.
So let's see this sophomore quarterback, Crew Allred, here for Grantsville as he brings the team out, and it does look somewhat disheveled here as they come out on the field. I'm looking for a play clock here. They're not running a play clock right now, I guess. It's at 0 as they send a man in motion, and Allred will keep it himself, and he tucks it up off right in. I'm sorry, that was Carter Bell on the handoff, excuse me. And he gets a few yards. He's going to be very close to a first down, a gain of 9.
Yeah, nice little seam right there up the right side of the line, and that 4 gap, that B gap, just good blocking up front by that line. And if you give it back 3 or 4 steps, he's going to make you pay. So San Juan's really got to crash down on that because obviously they're going to want to run on the inside.
So far, we're still early, but it's looking very offensive in the early stages. There's a nice tackle at the line of scrimmage by the Broncos. Little penetration in there, and a good tackle that time for San Juan's number 27, Danny Price.
Yeah, and Coach talked about that outside, those ends, getting pressure, containing the outside, but also when you see that run coming up, being able to flow down the line because you're going to be behind the line there. You got to be able to react and come up and make that tackle, and good job by Danny.
It is a first down, though, so a gain of a couple on that run for Carter Bell. And now, though, did they go to the air right here?
Yep.
Nice little pass through traffic and a gain of 12 on the first pitch and catch of the night for the sophomore QB. And let's see. So that's going to be we do have the Cowboys guys on the PA too, so that makes it kind of fun over here on our side. It looks like that was Dawson Dunleavy on the first catch of the season for Grantsville. And another first down. Sorry, Art.
No, Grantsville going quick, too, here, Rhett, trying to take a page out of San Juan's book.
Nice little dump off on the left, but great defensive coverage over there on the far side. We do have a flag. I'm guessing that's going to be a hold as Brig Palmer eluded his block and was able to make a stop in the backfield there after the completion.
Yeah, you feel bad for wide receivers when you put them out there on an island. They have to block that defensive back because they're not used to blocking. And you put them out there and you say, hey, go get it. And I tell you, high percentage of time, they're going to get called for holding on those if you don't get past them quick. It's just something that happens.
So this will be a hold on Grantsville. So does the play count right here? Is that a completion? And they declined it. Okay, so -3. -3 yards on the catch. And I didn't see who the receiver was that time. But the Broncos, we'll take a look and we'll see if I can figure out maybe who it was. But 2nd down and long for Grantsville. They are on San Juan's side of midfield. And Allred is going to roll out. He's got a little bit of real estate over here. He will step out of side. We got a flag here. It's going to be another illegal block on Grantsville, as it looked like Cam Adair was hammered over here. And that will hurt Grantsville again on back-to-back plays.
If they call it a crackback block, and that's one of those rules that back in my day, that was the play to make, you know. Everybody, you line those things up, and they have changed that in the last few years for player safety about it. They might not call it. They may say, let's see if they waive this off. Nope, they're talking to San Juan to see if they want to mark it off. Yep. So it's going to be that personal foul.
Well, it was basically going to be a run for back to the original line of scrimmage for Allred, but it will actually go against Grantsville, 15 yards on the personal foul. And you can hear the Grantsville folks not pleased with that. It will be now 2nd down and a country mile for Grantsville.
And I tell you, Red, I understand the boost because that's one of those plays as defensive coordinator. When I was coaching, you loved to be able to crack on an offensive guy coming back, or you on an offensive coordinator, you want your receiver to come down the line and crack an end. But they took that out years ago for player safety, and so you may not like it, but with all the safety things we have nowadays, it's just one of the things that they took out of the game.
Well, if you're Grantsville, now you got 3 or a couple cracks at it here. You don't have to get it all right now, but a bad snap is through the hands of Allred, and they're going to blow it down here.
Flag.
Okay, flag on the snap. I did not see the flag. That might benefit Grantsville here as that ball went through the hands of Allred. And we'll see.
Yeah, they're calling it against San Juan, it looks like.
So this will help the Cowboys here a little bit after suffering back-to-back penalties.
Yep, encroachment. So
they'll get 5 of those yards back. We're just going to kind of wait until the dust settles and tell you where the ball is.
It's been a flag-ridden.
It's back near midfield again for Grantsville. They at one point were in San Juan territory, then back deep in their own territory again, and now they're a little bit closer to midfield again at their own 47. So 2nd down and still long. Looks like still about 20 to go. And Allred will fake the handoff in the backfield, tucks it up and comes right up the middle, and he's going to get 12 of those yards back on a nice run. Good run for the sophomore quarterback. Gets them in business. I said they didn't have to do it all in one play. They get half right here, and now you got a manageable 3rd down and 8.
I think we're having someone say the interview with Barkley is playing over the announcers. Somewhere we've got some feedback. Thank you,
Coach. Great time of year. We talked about. Coach, great time of year. We talked about it last.
So it's going to be a completed pass, and Grantsville will get a 1st down inside the 30 as they get a beautiful play up the middle. And they are totally in business now. I didn't see how much that was. I think maybe a 15-yard gain on the play. And I didn't see who the receiver was either, unfortunately. But 1st down for Grantsville as they're now inside the San Juan 30. And so they got all that penalty yardage back and more. They're totally in business. Allred will throw to the end zone. It's picked off by San Juan. A miscue on the pattern. And not looking back for the pass that time was the intended receiver, in the big interception for San Juan. And it looks like number 14 for the Broncos.
Quincy Singer, Rhett.
The 1st interception of the year. And the Broncos shut it down with an amazing turn of events here as they get the big defensive stop. Now the referees are going to talk it over. Would this be a touchback? Is that what they're discussing, or it is a touchback? They got it at the 20.
There's a bing bag over here on the 1-yard line. So I'm not sure if he's saying his butt hit down before he went in the end zone.
Gotcha. So that's what they're discussing, where to put the football.
And we don't have the benefit of our replay tonight because we're out here in the stands with a little table. So
we do have it right here. No, he was definitely not down before his booty landed in the end zone.
So I'm
his
not sure.
His foot touched on the one. His foot touched on the one. Does that mean he's on the one?
No, if any part of you's in the end zone with that ball, it's where the ball's at, not where your foot's at.
I think they're saying that he caught it outside the end zone and touched down outside the end zone.
And
so
they obviously are because they're at the 1 yard line right here.
And Yeomans is going to fake it. Now throw back across the field, and Brig Palmer has some room over here. He takes a big hit. He's going to get back out near the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 20. It's a pitch and catch of 19 yards.
Yeah, and you look down there and you see Pierce Holiday out there, number 59, and he's clear downfield blocking for that receiver on that route. That's what you want out of your lineman. As soon as that ball's out of the quarterback's hand, you want your lineman sprinting downfield to get those blocks.
Well, right now it's Bo Yeomans combining with Brig Palmer to move the ball down the field at will, and they're going to get another 6 real quick right here on the ground to Brig Palmer.
Yeah, they get you off the 1 yard line pretty quick with a play like that. Nice play design, too.
So the Broncos going forward every play right now. 2nd down and 4 here for San Juan. And it's going to be Brig Palmer being brought down for no gain maybe this time right around the line of scrimmage. That's the first play that has gone pretty much for nil for San Juan from the line of scrimmage tonight.
Yeah, and they like what they see out of Brig, obviously, tonight because he is staying in there at the halfback position.
And it'll be Yeomans from the shotgun, keeps it himself, and he strives for a first down. He's right at the line. I think he's got enough. He's going to be right on the marker. They're going to move it. So it will be a pickup of 4 for the quarterback, junior Bo Yeomans, and the Broncos move the chains. That is 3 carries for Bo Yeomans, one of them a touchdown, just 8 yards, but in big situations, they get him a first down right here, and now they get Grantsville to jump offside on the hard count as well. So they get a free 5 right here.
That's one of those beautiful things about your fast-paced offense is you go, 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 and then all of a sudden you just do a freeze, and it's hard for those big linemen because they're so used to just that ball just going quick all the time. They kind of try to time it.
So first down and 5 now instead of first down and 10 as the Broncos are at their own 35, starting this drive at their own 1. Yeomans with a beautiful ball over the middle, but it's a little bit over the head of the intended receiver, Randall Black. Do we have a flag? We do have a flag at the line of scrimmage. So we'll see what this is going to be.
It's going to be a holding call, looks like to me. It's going to take him back 10. And that's exactly what it's going to do here. It's going to drive San Juan back 10 yards on a holding call.
So both offenses struggling a little bit here in this first quarter, penalty-wise. We're just over halfway through the opening quarter. I haven't had a chance to breathe here, Art. This is, we're moving fast. Both of these offenses don't give us much chance. I know San Juan's doesn't to reminisce or talk or do anything. Yeomans has a little bit of time. He's hit as he throws. And, man, he would have been better off throwing that one this time to Randall Black, but Black wasn't the intended receiver. He was the man farthest down the field, but this pass overthrown as well. So back-to-back, well, the first one didn't count, I guess, but this will be the official incompletion that counts. And so the first incompletion of the season for Bo Yeomans.
Trying to go down that middle seam to Mike and Keith there, and just a little bit too long here on his pass on a couple of these.
Man, the ball's beautiful, though, when he hones that thing in. Yeomans, this time they're going to set up the screen. Brig Palmer makes the catch. He's hit in the backfield, but slips the tackle, and he's going to pick up about 8. So he made something out of nothing over on the far side. The screen really didn't develop too well over there, but they do end up with 8, but still 3rd down and long here, 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, those screens are usually, that's what it is, Red, is one block. One block from springing it big. And unfortunately, that guy was right there, and they don't get that block. They come out in doubles formation. Now let's see if they try to air the ball out here, 3rd and 12.
Big 3rd down for San Juan. Yeomans drops back, steps into the pocket, throws right side, complete.
Not going to get it.
The ball was caught, but yeah, tiptoeing on the far sideline there. They needed a reversal over there. That was Mike and Keith's first catch of the season.
I don't know. That judge on the
wow, they're going to give him 12. They're going to give him 12 and move the chains.
He was coming back to the ball, and I thought he kind of went back past that line, but when he caught it and stepped out on the backside of the chain, but they're going to give it to him.
So the Broncos get exactly 12 and move the chains. Now flipping over the line of scrimmage is Thomas Harden on his 3rd carry of the night. Now, he hadn't touched it for a few plays, but he gets the handoff here, no gain on that run. They had low bodies in there, and Harden couldn't get around them. Flipped over him, but now he's going to get the handoff, and he'll go up 4 out to the 45-yard line. Off left guard. It may even be a 5-yard carry here for the senior. So back-to-back carries for Thomas Harden. And the Broncos with another 3rd down, this time 5 yards to go. They need to get to midfield. Harden will take a 3rd carry. He is hammered, and he lost the football. It's going to be recovered by Grantsville. And the Broncos turn it over on their own side of midfield. And it will be Grantsville football on the San Juan 47.
And this is to be expected. You know, you got a lot of kids that did some time last year here and there, but didn't get the bulk when you're playing behind a Jagger Neves, a Trip Palmer, and just some studs. You know, George McNaughton out there, those guys. You're going to get a few minutes here and there, but it's a lot different than coming and having to bear the load every play up and down. And so they're trying to find their identity, and they'll get it figured out. It's just play after play, repetitiveness, and just, you know, got to squeeze that rock when you get in the middle of that pile. 2 hands.
So both teams have turned it over in their last 2 possessions here. And we got an interception for Grantsville and
another flag.
Another flag for Grantsville. They are struggling offensively penalty-wise here.
It's going to be on the defense.
Yeah, it'll be on San Juan this time.
Lining up in the neutral zone, man. It's got to be. They got to figure out who's lining up in the neutral zone and get him back. And usually it's just the helmet sticking over.
Yeah.
And that sideline judge is looking for it, and he sees the helmet, and you just, you know, got to get those kids. Coach Byron's going to say, hey, whoever it is, hey, you got to back up half a yard.
Yeah. Well, they're eager to get in there. They're obviously hungry for that football. 4:59 to go in the opening quarter. It's a 6-0 lead for San Juan. Grantsville has just recovered a fumble, however, and they've got a 1st and 5 from the San Juan 42. And they'll go to the ground, and it's great penetration by the San Juan D. Loss of 2 on the carry, and it was Carter Bell. So that's his first negative yardage carry of the night. He's got 9 yards on 3.
And you got some horses up there on the 3-man front for San Juan. You got Gage Palmer, Pierce Holiday, and I think Trey Bass is up there. You got some horses on that 3-man front. You just got to get them to get a yard deep and put some pressure on that quarterback, and I think you stop the running game cold.
Yeah. So that was a tackle for loss. 2nd down now and 7 for Grantsville as they send a tight end in motion into the backfield. Now they'll counter him to the far side, kind of misdirection, and Carter Bell has some room off right tackle. He'll take it all the way down to the San Juan 30-yard line. Pick up a 14 on the carry for the senior.
Yeah, and when you get a lot of pressure on the inside, you just bounce to the outside. That's just good offensive coordinator calling right there.
And is this?
You got a kid down. He got rolled up on the back of his leg. And
this is Ty Holm, their big wide receiver, who is down. So Grantsville doesn't want to see this.
Especially the first game of the season. Anytime this season you don't, but first game out, man, you just kind of want to go out there and get the blood pumping, get going. But, man, to have a kid go down, it's rough.
Well, Art, I was going to say I haven't had a lot of chance. I haven't even had a chance to say my preseason or pregame stuff yet. I was going to say, you know, we've got Tough Adair up here hanging out with us. I don't know if he'll get on the mic at all, but so that's one of your sons. You've got Cam Adair out there on the football field for San Juan this year, so you're kind of vested. You got some sons in the game here, and I'm thinking, you know, I know my sons are back. They still got a few years until they get into high school football, but they're back listening tonight. I want to say hi to Alan and James back there, and my wife Abby listening in they're actually in Eastland tonight listening to this San Juan football game. So we know we have San Juan fans all around the area, but I don't know. My boys might say that they're daddy fans more than San Juan fans.
And they're waiting to go to Kanab in a couple of weeks for that.
Yes, they are. They love that pool in Kanab with the waterfall, man. They're eagerly looking forward to that trip. If it's still there. I don't know if it flooded away, man. I saw some crazy flood footage from over there. So the injury hopefully hasn't amounted to much. They walked him off, and I think he's going to be okay. Grantsville with some good plays here. They go to Carter Bell again, and he's going to get him another first down inside the San Juan 20. So they get into the red zone for the first time tonight. A pickup of 13 for Bell. Was that a catch or a run? I didn't see.
It
was a run? All right, so 13-yard run as they're going Bell all the time here right now. Carter Bell is the man for Grantsville, and they're knocking on the door now in the red zone for the first time.
They're running that little option. They're running it and trying to get that in to crack down on the quarterback.
And Allred will hand off in the backfield. This time it's not Bell this time. Yes, it is. I'm sorry, I don't know what I saw.
4.
Thought I saw 20-something. This time the Broncos will stop him for a short gain of 2, but still.
San Juan's got good backside pressure on these runs to the right and left. It's just they've got to get that. They've got to set that wall, get that anchor out there on that run side to hold them up, to make them go east and west and stop them going north and south so that backside pressure can catch up.
Grantsville on the move right now. It's a 2nd down and 8. They can get a first down inside San Juan's 10 at about the 7-yard line, but they're looking to get in the end zone for the first time tonight. Allred will throw over the middle behind his intended receiver, and it's intercepted again. Back-to-back interceptions on the goal line.
Liam Lacey.
As Allred throws behind his receiver this time, and so San Juan will take over again inside their own 5.
And those are killers for Grantsville because both of those are in the red zone. You can sniff the points, man. You know you're putting 6 on the board.
Yeah.
And bang, it just a pick. And that was just great inside leverage that Liam had there as he comes inside and gets that pick.
Well, that shows you the sophomore quarterback, and he had his man. I think he had his man for a touchdown, but threw it behind instead of didn't lead him there. And so that gives the ball back to San Juan. And the Broncos come out of their own end zone. Brick Palmer with a spin move at his own 3, but he's not going to go anywhere. He will get stuck right there on the line of scrimmage. No gain on the run.
Yeah, you asked earlier in the pregame if this game meant something. You know, you can tell so far that it means something to Grantsville and San Juan. But Grantsville, they remember this game last year. They want to walk out here with a win. And it seems to me that Coach Christensen is more comfortable when he gets down here with the speedster at back to put Brigg in there.
Mm-hmm. And the Broncos will go to the ground again. It's the quarterback this time. Bo Yeoman's carrying. That took a little bit of time to develop in the end zone, but he will pick up 5 for San Juan on his 4th carry of the night.
Which is a great play because it gives you a little bit of
bleeding room.
Breathing room. And so now you can open up your playbook for this 3rd down and 4 play.
And they're actually going to give him about 7 on the. I'll give him 7.
You're going to get a fault. You're going to get an offset encroachment on the defense here.
That's huge. That's going to give the Broncos a first down on the penalty to Grantsville here. And so San Juan will get the bonus of the free first down via penalty as they move the ball out near the 15. They're going to spot it at the 14. And San Juan, an all-important new set of downs here deep in their own territory. So they keep the drive alive. Rick Palmer takes the handoff, weaves his way, kind of dissected the defense there, and finally snuck through and picks up 8 on a nice little carry on the right side. And so 25 yards rushing now for Brig Palmer, but he's got 65 receiving. They're going to go back to the ground, though, and the Broncos will move it ahead for a first down as Brig Palmer goes from his own 23 down to the 28-yard line. So a 5-yard gain moves the chains.
And they've brought in the 2-back set here, so they're running a pro set. We're going to get a timeout, it looks like, on Grantsville. And that's perfect. That's just good coaching out there by Coach Christensen. He's realized that they're not getting the yardage they need out of their backs. They're kind of getting blown up there. And so you bring in 2 backs, and that makes your linebackers more accountable to each side of the field, which takes 1 or maybe 2 guys out of the play for your run game. So it's just a numbers game in that point.
Well, we're down to 1:51 to go in the opening quarter. Still 6-0 San Juan. We're going to step aside and take a real quick break. We'll be back after this timeout. Stay with us. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural hospitals, offering hemodialysis, swing bed, lab, labor and delivery, pharmacy, radiology, general and orthopedic surgery, weight loss surgery, and sleep study. Blue
catch by the senior wide receiver.
And now we're back. Sorry about that. It's first game of the season. You got to bear with me. You got an incomplete pass, so I might be able to breathe. Let me see. That was a 10. I'm going to say 20. I'm going to say that was about a 26-yard pass from Yeomans that time. This one's going to be incomplete, though.
But they're maybe because they were marking it as it was complete, but he didn't catch that ball.
What in the world is going on?
Now they're going to call it right.
Okay.
Good way to get together for the officials and talk about it.
What are we doing?
But no, Mike and Keith on a great comeback.
Yeah.
Going down to the turf, cradling that ball. The senior he had a big 7-on-7 summer.
Yep.
Just doing some great things out there at wide receiver.
Kind of quietly, 38 yards for him on 2 catches now, and that was a big one. Move the chains. We got a 2nd down and 10 now. San Juan's in Grantsville territory again, though. And Bo Yeomans is going to air it out. He's got an absolutely uncovered Brig Palmer for the easy 47-yard touchdown pass. Bad coverage somehow from Grantsville. Brig Palmer absolutely uncovered.
That's just one of those. You fake it you act like you're doing a slant. You send a guy deep. You kind of delay deep route. It's kind of the old rope-a-dope, Muhammad Ali, And the Brig just 20 yards wide open.
Unbelievable. I mean, he was absolutely uncovered. The easy pitch and catch gets San Juan their 2nd touchdown of the night. Makes it 12-0. They're going to run it in this time, I believe. Nope, they're going to stop them.
It was passed, batted around 3 or 4 times, and then hit the turf.
So back-to-back failures on their first 2-point tries of the season make it a 12-0 lead. 1:08 to go in the opening quarter. San Juan scores on the ground. Now a 47-yard touchdown pass, the first of the season for junior quarterback Bo Yeomans. And the Broncos have a 2 TD lead minus extra points.
Great play call with the pressure the defense was showing. You've been running that intermediate stuff. You've been running your run game, your little shovel pass inside, and that right there is just you open it up. You run your comeback of the 2 plays before, and then you get incomplete on a short route. So everybody starts creeping up on the defense. You start thinking, okay, we got them, keep in front of us, and then you just kind of bang, bang. I mean, and Brig ran a perfect route there, a little delayed go route, and he just wide open.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much time to think, man, I hope he doesn't drop it on the way.
Me too.
I mean, there was tons of time that we were waiting for that ball to come down to Brig Palmer. I hope Bo doesn't overthrow him. He's out there wide open. But it was pitch and catch for those 2 guys, and the Broncos are up by 2 scores. Big hit on the kick return over there, and the Grantsville kick returner winning that battle at the 35-yard line. And he'll get an extra 7 yards for his troubles. Grantsville's going to start at their own, looks like 40. Let's see where they're going to spot it. I'm thinking somewhere around the 42. No, it's going to be right at the 40. That's a big hit over there.
Yeah, that was some banging going on. I mean, these kids they're cracking shells out there. They want to hit. This is the first game of the season. You've been, like Coach Christian said, you've been hitting each other in practice for a month. I mean, you want to go hit somebody with a different colored jersey on.
Yeah, and leave that paint on that helmet over there. 1st and 10 for Grantsville, starting from their own 20 this time. Allred has thrown interceptions on both of their last 2 possessions. And he will get maybe 5 yards here out around to the 45 on a nice little scamper off right tackle.
Yeah, Coach Barron tried to send the house there, and his backers got a little tied up in the trash, and luckily able to bounce outside and stop that before it got too much steam. But that's what happens when you try to get aggressive at the line. If you don't set that end, those guys bounce out. You got no one on that second level. Tell your defensive backs and your safeties.
This may be the final play of the first quarter with 25 seconds to go and the clock running. They're going to send a man in motion. Allred will take the snap in the shotgun, keeps it himself again, weaves his way off right guard, and he'll be close to a first down, about a yard shy. So a pickup of 4 for the sophomore QB. I don't think they're going to have time to snap another play here.
No, I think we'll go to the second quarter here.
So we will step aside. That's the end of 1 quarter. 12-0 San Juan here at Snow College in Ephraim. It's the Rural Utah preview. And the Broncos have a 2 TD lead after 1 quarter. Stay with us. It is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telecom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit EmoryTelecom.com for details today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Red Mechanical, proudly serving our communities across San Juan and now Grand County with our new office in Moab. We're excited to announce that we have new financing options available to make comfort easier. Red Mechanical, proud sponsors of high school athletics and our youth.
And we welcome you back live to Snow College in Ephraim. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. As the Grantsville Cowboys will get a first down on a nice run up the middle here, out to the San Juan 40. And was that the quarterback running that time?
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Crew all red with a big run up the middle. I didn't see. I think maybe that was probably about a 15-yard run for the quarterback, his biggest of the game so far. So a big run for Grantsville, who are in business now at the San Juan 40 with a new set of downs.
Good-looking quarterback for a sophomore, you know. We see these kids all the time come through as sophomores, and they just get better and better.
He'll pump fake to the left side. Now throw over the middle, quick release. Has a man. It's complete all the way down inside the 10 as Crew Allred connects with Dawson Dunleavy down inside the 10 of San Juan, first and goal.
Yeah, just got in there behind that zone in that little cushion, and there was no one there playing that zone coverage out there.
That's going to be a 30, let's see, that'll be about a 33-yard pass. I'm going to have to watch the play here, and then I'll get that in a second. But they're going to hand off, and it's going to be a touchdown for Grantsville as Carter Bell goes right through the hole that they made off left tackle. And Grantsville answers to cut the San Juan lead in half, 12-6, and they'll try to add the extra point.
A little momentum on Grantsville's side here. You get a couple big plays. Just a great throw by the quarterback to recognize the zone back there and the receiver to find the empty grass and sit in it. Nice pitch and catch, and then just a nice little run off the offside here. And good blocking up front by Grantsville.
4-yard touchdown run for the senior, Carter Bell. And we'll see if they can add the PAT. It's number 51 out there. We can't trust our roster, but that ball is right through and out into the street, I think. No, it did stay inside the fence, but it's good. So it's going to be 12-7. As Grantsville answers and are on the board. That was Caleb Baum. I don't know. They've got him listed as a freshman guard. So that's probably not who is kicking that football, number 51, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is, but the kick is good nonetheless. And so 12-7, the San Juan lead cut more than in half now, up just by 5 points.
Yeah, and you kind of expected this a little bit. With this defense, there are a lot of young guys out there. I know there's a lot of juniors on this defense and some seniors, and then they've been shuffling in some sophomores in and out, but not a lot of these kids with a lot of, like we mentioned earlier, full varsity action, maybe a series here or there, some cleanup action, but against another JV team. But it's a lot different when you get out there in the varsity and you got to make the right read, you got to make the right step, and little things, man. It's the little things. You do them right, you're a hero. You do them wrong, and they go right by you. So it's just those things. There's a lot of good things to learn from something like that when you go back and watch film for these players and coaches on what they need to do better, how not to get caught up in the trash down there on the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Broncos looking for a good return here, but it looks like this is going to be a touchback, so they won't get that opportunity as that ball was caught in the end zone. Was that Harden back there?
Mike and Keith.
Mike and Keith, okay. So it'll come out to the 20 for San Juan. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live is brought to you in part tonight by Bradford Tire, specializing in fast service with fair prices and quality customer care. Also tonight, Creative Floors, taking care of the floor corners. I like that one. That's new for this year. So here's San Juan as Yeomans takes the snap, hands off on first down. And look at Thomas Harden carrying the Grantsville defense on his back for a 12-yard pickup and a 1st and 10.
I think it's his biggest run of the night so far, and I like the way Thomas runs. I just think when he hits that line, get a little lower in his stance as he comes through there.
Well, that was a good bounce back from that fumble that he suffered on his last carry.
Nothing there.
Nothing on that. Was that Harden again on the
Yes.
carry? So it looks like he may even lose a yard on this. Let's see.
Yeah, as that tailback, and this is why Jace Razor is so good last year, because he come in and he's already so short that it's hard to see him. If you stand straight up as a running back and you take that ball, you're giving the defense, the linebacker, an advantage to see you. You got to get down in your stance and come through that line.
They're going to try to set up the screen again, but boy, that was dangerous. Thrown into traffic. Nobody was looking for that football for San Juan, so a miscue on the screen attempt over there. And San Juan is fortunate to still have possession in a 3rd down and 11 here. So I had to get the no gain run, and let's see, this is going to be an incomplete pass, the first of the second half for Yeomans.
Going empty here, so.
Going to try to get this 1st down on 3rd down, otherwise it's a punting situation. Yeomans will throw left side on a comeback pattern. It'll be caught. That should be a 1st down if it's complete.
It's close.
Where are they going to rule this? The ball was actually, unless it was bobbled, was caught. Wow, this is very close. They may measure this.
Yeah, they look like they're
no,
giving
it's going to be a yard shy on the spot, indeed. So it's a pickup of 10. It's not enough for the 1st down. Who caught that? Was that Brigg or?
Yeah, and they got stopped. Harden got stopped.
So they did not make it as they go up the middle on 4th down, and that will be a turnover on downs. Grantsville with the momentum right now, but let's see. San Juan's still signaling they think they got it, but I don't. No, he's going to be right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And so Brigg Palmer is stopped on a run here.
That's Thomas Harden.
Sorry, Harden.
Yeah, he got stood up straight up right when he got the ball, and 4 red shirts all around him, and they just didn't let him go. He got nowhere out of there.
So it will be a 1st and 10 for Grantsville on the turnover on downs. Fresh into the 2nd quarter here.
And people may say on that, you got a 4th and 1, a 4th and short somewhere in there. Why not just go up under the center, take the snap, quick snap, and then quarterback sneak in the middle? Well, if you haven't practiced snapping under a center and you haven't done that repetitively, there's a lot more chances you're going to fumble that snap and have a miscue and lose the ball anyway. So just stay with the offense you run and run the offense you know how to run.
So Grantsville forces the turnover on downs, and they've got all the momentum right now with plenty of time. 10-10 to go in the 1st half. Down by just 5 after scoring their 1st touchdown and an extra point. There's a nice tackle at the line of scrimmage. Cam Adair, good penetration in there, makes a tackle from behind the quarterback there. Gain of only 1. I know you're excited about that one. That's more of cheering rather than color commentating, I think.
When you see your kids sit out all season and then all wrestling season with an injury,
it's good.
You just want them to come back and have a little success to
good,
figure it back out. It takes a lot out of you sitting out a whole year.
Yep. And his junior season, so it's good that it wasn't headed into his senior season, but here's a handoff left side and a big hit at the line of scrimmage, but some positive yardage for Grantsville nonetheless. It looks like it's going to be a pickup of 5. Inside the San Juan 40, down to around the 36.
He ran right into big old Keelan Hutchins down there, and that kid, he packs a punch.
Was that Carter Bell on that one? Number 4, I didn't see who carried. I'm assuming since it was handed off.
Big 3rd down here for both teams. I know this is 4-down territory, but, man, it would be a lot better if you could get a 4th and 5 than a 4th and 1 or 2.
Yep. It is 3rd down and a long 3 right now for Grantsville. After forcing the turnover on downs and a little pass to the outside here after the play action in the middle. And that is overthrown by Allred and incomplete. That's a big incompletion, but I'm assuming it is 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah. And that's the hardest pass to make, those little dump-off passes where you got no one. It's just a little over the inside shoulder. Those are hard for college kids, NFL quarterbacks, because it's just such an easy throw that you put a little too much or a little less. It's just that's one of the hardest throws in football.
Well, after back-to-back interceptions, it's an incompletion here, so it's been tough going for Allred on the passing attempts lately, and we're going to get a false start right here.
I believe Red moved here. I saw this left side.
This is going to be a big penalty if it's against Grantsville.
We'll see what the VAR official saw versus this official.
They'd be going.
They're They're going to say, yeah, but Red moved. Red definitely moved.
So they're going to get a first down. Grantsville will get the first down via penalty here down to the San Juan 31. So the penalty goes against the Broncos, and that will move the chains and keeps the drive alive for Grantsville. They were going to be going for it on 4th down and a long 3. So that is a big first down for this offense. As scoring their first touchdown, they added the extra point, have made it a 12-7 score, and are looking to take the lead here with 8:35 to go in the first half.
Yeah, keep everybody in front of you here if you're the defensive back.
And it'll be all red from the shotgun, just a straight-up quarterback run here off left tackle. No trickeration at all, just a quick 5-yard gain for the QB on the left side that time. So right now he looks pretty good running, Art. He's hard to contain. I mean, free 5 every time almost with him, it looks like, if he gets to the outside.
Well, you see that in every level of football. If you can get a mobile quarterback, we've seen it at San Juan the last 6 years, you can get a quarterback that's a dual threat, man. It just makes it hard on defenses to have to respect the pass, respect the running back, and also account for the quarterback, because a lot of times you don't account for the quarterback's legs in the offense.
So it's a 2nd down and 5 after a quick 5-yard gain. Allred will throw on the run this time, has a man. It's caught far side. It'll be a 1st and 10 inside the San Juan 15. That is a gain of, let's see, from the 27 down to the 17, a pickup of 10 from Crew Allred. So he makes his first completion. Actually, I missed, they had a big completion, didn't they, all the way down inside the, so I missed that. I'll have to get that. This one is a gain of 10, excuse me.
Nice rollout there by the quarterback from Grantsville just to get the defense moving.
And they will send a man in motion, 1st and 10. They could get a first down at the San Juan 6, but they're going to hand to number 4, Carter Bell, and he'll get to the outside for a pickup of 7. And they get down inside the 10. So it'll be 2nd down and about 3 for Grantsville.
Big hit there by Staley Dandy to stop the progression, and then the rest of the Broncos, they'll come and make that tackle. But, man, Grantsville is just methodically moving that football right now, Rhett, and San Juan needs a big defensive play here.
It is a 2nd down now, but most importantly, they are knocking on the door at the 9-yard line of San Juan here. So a 2nd down and a long 3, but very close to putting it into the end zone here, Grantsville, and taking their first lead of the game. Allred will take it himself, and he's wrapped up in the backfield as the San Juan defense gets some penetration in there. And it was number 51 on the stop for the San Juan Broncos.
Trey Bradford, senior.
Thank you, sir.
Brig Palmer in there, too, and that's what they need. You need your big hog mollies down there to get past that first level.
I wondered how long it would be.
Get them in the backfield quick so then they can make those quarterbacks and running backs have to make a move before you ever get to the line of scrimmage. And if you can do that as defensive front, man, you're ahead of the game.
It's a 2-yard loss, and it'll be 3rd down and about 5, maybe 6 for Grantsville. San Juan looking for a huge goal line stop here, and we're going to get whistles, maybe a timeout here for Grantsville to talk it over, I think.
And the thing that San Juan needs to talk about also is Grantsville's running that heavy set out there with the tight end, and you got to make sure whoever is responsible for him, whether it's a safety, an inside backer, that they're accounting for him this close to the end zone. This is exactly why you put those tight ends in the game here, is for those little slip screens or little slip, inside routes, little skinny post. No one goes with them, and they're wide open. So you got to be telling your defense, hey, account for the tight end. If he's not covered up and he's eligible, you got to account for him.
I love throwing to a tight end for sure, and we'll see. Timeout here. These guys discussing it. We got a moment. Friday Night Lights tonight is brought to you in part by Crowley Construction. Dirt, roads, driveways, and more. They handle any job, big or small. Dependable auto repair. Count on their team of ASE certified technicians for all your auto service. And Diamond Designs, offering a wide variety of quality customized products. Big thanks to all the sponsors who make these broadcasts possible, as we are excited to be offering our first Friday Night Lights broadcast of the season on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We welcome you in. San Juan right now hanging on to the 5-point lead, but it's at risk right here. Grantsville's quarterback, Allred, gets hammered. They're going to call it an incomplete pass as they're ruling that his hand was coming forward with the pass. He was absolutely crushed in the backfield.
Was that Brig Palmer on that blitz?
I didn't see
Yeah, it was Brig. He just came flying through there. Great time to dial that up by Coach Bowering.
It was Brig Palmer, and yeah, I didn't think, to me, I thought it was going to be a fumble. I'd like to see that again, but at any rate, that's what they call. So it's 4th down and about 5 on the incompletion. Grantsville, I think, gets the benefit of the doubt right there. And
Watch this little quick slant here. If you're San Juan,
the quarterback will roll left. He's in traffic. Throws to the corner of the end zone. It's going to be caught. No, it's not. It's incomplete. I thought it was caught.
And there is no flag. And
I thought there was going to be that too.
Yeah. I mean, there was obviously there's no face guard in high school football, but what your worry is sometimes that defensive back gets his hands instead of going up, goes into the chest.
Yes.
And the ref's right there on top of it, and he says, hey, it's all good, so we get a turnover on downs.
That's right. Boy, I tell you, a turnover on downs followed by a turnover on downs on back-to-back incompletions for sophomore quarterback Crew Allred.
But that was a great play design by the coaching staff at Grantsville.
Yeah, it was, and they had it. It was there. It just was not able to be hauled in. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for San Juan deep in their own territory. Quick 2-step drop and a throw and catch for Bo Yeomans on the far side. Help me out with who that is.
21, I think it's Randall Black.
Let me get to my.
Yep, Randall Black.
That's going to be a pickup of 7, I think, is what they gave him. And I know I'm gonna have to move here. They're gonna go
Yeomans up the middle.
Yep. So Yeomans will carry, I think, for a 1st down. Yep, he's gonna get the 3 that they needed. So let me get that in here. And we'll try to get that 7 yards to Randall Black because that was his first catch of the night. So we want to get him those 7 yards. And Yeoman's working with the empty set, drops back, has a little time, throws complete far side again to Black. And is he inbounds? He is. And it looks like they'll move it across the 25 to the 27. That's going to be a pickup of another 7 yards. Yeomans and Randall Black right now combining for 14 yards on a couple pitch and catches. San Juan right back to the air. Yeomans has all day. Now he's going to run out of the pocket. Throws against his body as he was rolling out right, threw back left. Mike and Keith had a face full of defender. They say it's clean and broken up by the Grantsville defender, incomplete. Wow, they're letting them play, let's just say here in this second quarter. And
hey,
both teams.
As long as they call it the same, I'm okay with it.
And they have. As that's just going to be a little nondescript dash on Bo Yeoman's stats on my sheet here. Now they'll go far side.
They did the little flip from Yeoman's. Everybody comes to the right, and Brig comes back across the formation. Little flip underneath to Brig, and he picks up the 1st down.
That'll move it outside the 30 now.
San Juan special.
I think that was a 5-yard play. I'll have to. Not sure if I'm going to have time to get this in. We'll try to get it in there. I think we got it. Now Yeomans will drop back. Boy, he was in bad trouble and threw incomplete. That should have been an interception.
But we're going to get a pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, we got pass interference here. But, man, that was Brig Palmer was off to the races, but the ball was nowhere near him as Yeomans was in trouble back in his backfield. That looked like they set up a screen. That was so much pressure.
Yeah, that Grantsville kid, he came through almost untouched.
Yeah, and obviously that wasn't the play, but it's going to end up being a 1st down on the pass interference. The Broncos are going to have it out near midfield now at their own 47. Wow, what a turn of events.
And we got 2 balls, and we got a ball on the field down here. They need to get off.
Yeah, the one ref now finally sees it.
One ref's arguing with the coaches. And
yeah,
there we go.
So 1st and 10 for San Juan following the penalty here against Grantsville's defense.
Brig Palmer back in the backfield here.
And Yeomans will take the snap in the shotgun, pitches to Palmer, and Palmer will weave his way through the D. He'll go across midfield and more, down to the 33-yard line. 32, actually, of Grantsville. That's a big pickup for San Juan.
Nice little read there by Yeomans on that option pitch out to get out there wide enough to get the defense to commit, and then nice blocking out there by, I believe, Trey Bradford.
20-yard run, the biggest for any running back tonight for San Juan, and now they go right back to, a little shuttle pass inside there to Randall Black, gets him another 5 yards. So they're moving quick, no surprise.
And I love how Coach Christian is just, he's getting these younger guys. These guys didn't get a lot of playing time last year. He's just saying, hey, this is what we do at San Juan football.
Yeah.
So you better be ready to go quick here and just go, go, go.
Yeomans will take the snap of the shotgun. Nice little floater over here to the right side. Again, a whole lot of hand activity over here on the sideline. Incomplete pass intended for Mike and Keith. Mike was going to take the football and go set it for the ref here, I think, but maybe a little confused after being jostled so much and not getting a flag.
Yeah, well, you kind of see that every once in a while when you get a coaching staff that's very verbal on a call, that maybe the next one the ref's not so eager to call it against you. And it works both ways.
Yeah. So it will bring up a 3rd down on the incompletion. And Yeomans is looking over to the sideline for the call here. 3rd down and 5. San Juan inside the Grantsville 30. On the move here, and a little backside pressure. Yeomans has to get rid of it. He does. It's going to be intercepted at the 7-yard line. Yeomans threw it toward the end zone, but it was short on the pass and will be picked off. The first interception against Yeomans this season.
Yeah, and just you don't have the height advantage you had last year throwing a big Trip Palmer out there. And so you got to kind of put it in a spot where only your receiver can go get it or it's an incomplete pass. And that's one of the things you just got to learn as a quarterback is you can't just put it up there if you're size for size. You got to put it in a position, maybe that back shoulder to the outside, to the sideline where only your guy has a chance. And if he misses it, he misses it. But at the same time, 3rd down brings up 4th down. If they don't get that, you roll the dice, you don't get the 4th down. This is just good as a punt to let them start here. And I'm not you want the points, obviously, before going to halftime, but just a good starting point for the defense.
3:42 to go in the half. Grantsville gets it back, but the Broncos have flipped the field at least. The Cowboys aren't threatening to score. The Broncos had a big goal line stand to prevent Grantsville from taking a lead. And now Grantsville has it back in their own territory and a quick 5-yard run here.
I mean, this is exactly where they miss a kid like Max Stearns, Rhett,
yes.
that tears his Achilles and early on in training camp and out for the year. This is exactly where he excels on the ends. You put him on the wide side of the field, and he shuts down everything last year. Just tremendous season, and unfortunate for him getting hurt.
Allred will look to throw after some play action. Threw behind his man, but it's the tight end, and he completes the pass. And that's going to go for 5-10. That'll be a 14-yard pitch and catch over here on the near side.
Just slipped out tight end out there, and like I said earlier, you got to be accountable. Even if it looks like they're going to do a run play there, they fake that draw. Quarterback pulls that ball up, and his tight end's just, going down the field uncovered. And as a defense, you've got to be aware of that tight end in those sets and even the slots and know that you can't let them get behind you.
That was Colt Thomas's first catch of the night. Now Allred will look to go down the middle of the field, and he overthrows his guy by about 10 yards, but they're going to call pass interference on San Juan's number 3 for the hold here. Cooper Law is going to get flagged on the play, so that'll give a first down to Grantsville.
They call it a holding or
I'm assuming
pass interference.
I'm assuming since the pass was 10 yards beyond the intended receiver that he was being held. So that either way is going to be a first down.
2:51 left in the half here.
Yeah, there's time. There's time for
If you're San Juan, you really got to dial up some defensive pressure here to get Grantsville on their heels.
Cowboys, of course, would love to go down, use all this time, take a late lead into the first half, at the end of the first half, take a lead into halftime. They're down by 5 right now. The Broncos with 2 touchdowns, but no extra points. 12-7 is the lead, but we're going to get more flags after a tackle here. It was going to be a 4-yard catch for Ty Home. I haven't called his name until right now, but I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm guessing there's going to be something. All the Grantsville guys were happy, so.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be on San Juan, whatever it is here. Maybe a face
personal
mask.
foul, helmet to helmet.
Helmet to helmet, wow.
I didn't see it from up here.
So a 4-yard catch for Ty Home as Crew Allred is starting to heat up a little bit with a couple of completions. And we see the replay on StreamUtah.Live.
Yeah, it was shoulder.
Yeah.
Didn't know helmet to helmet on the replay. It was a shoulder. That was a bad call by the officials. They blew that one.
Well, they blew it to the tune of, we got a flag as the ball is snapped. It's going to be a 10-yard pass here over the middle on a slant. But let's see what the flags are going to be here. I don't know why they allowed the play to go as the flags came in the backfield of the offense here. It's going to go against Grantsville, I'm assuming.
Be a false start.
Yeah,
illegal shift.
Okay, so why don't they blow that dead? Why do they allow that play?
Yeah, they let it play out on an illegal shift.
Okay. So just in case maybe there's an interception or something, is that what they allow? Or a fumble? So legal shift will move it back 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15. That's a break for San Juan. That ball would have been down inside their own 30 for a 1st and 10 for Grantsville. So instead, it's out back at the 44-yard line and a first down and 14. As Allred will work from the shotgun as he has all night. We're going to get more flags. This time they'll blow the play down. I'm guessing it's going to be another 5-yarder against Grantsville.
Yeah, they found the flag in their pocket, obviously, and they like to they figure they got to get some exercise on those throwing elbows, I guess.
Your old coach is coming out, Art. You're starting to get worked up on the refs here already early in the season. I can tell. It's going to be first. I normally would call. I don't know this. It has to be more than 20 to be a country mile. It's going to be 1st and 20 here.
You got one more penalty.
It's close. Yeah, one more. It's like 1st and 19 and a half is what it looks like right now.
And 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock here.
So time is running here on Grantsville. They've gotten back-to-back penalties here, not helping themselves out. And San Juan pours into the backfield, but Allred has a man wide open who jukes on the sideline. He's going to hurdle a man or attempt to here.
And that should be a flag. You can't hurdle.
But they're going to get all the way down inside the original line of scrimmage. My goodness, that's going to go for, let's see, that'll be 15. That's 15 yards on the catch.
That's a great play by Grantsville. They got San Juan's defense just kind of sitting on their heels a little bit there. And you see that sometimes in defenses when you get, 20 yards to go for first down, a second 20, third 20, whatever it is. You see defense they play back a little bit. They're not as aggressive because they know they got 20 yards to defend.
Dawson Dunleavy makes the catch that time. Crew Allred has completed 3 passes in a row here. He's got 99 yards. He'll set and throw again, and it's great defense over the middle. Pass is knocked away by San Juan. I think was that number 11 breaking that up?
Andrew Nielsen.
Thank you. I don't have his name on mine. So
that's a good pass breakup, too.
Yeah, that was huge. That would have been a first down deep in San Juan territory in the red zone. That's the first incompletion in 4 attempts for Allred, and so that kind of shuts that down a little bit, makes it 3rd down and 5. They were moving the ball.
San Juan shuffles in their third down defensive front. They shuffled out 2 linemen here, so let's see if some fresh legs can get say fresh. They've probably only been out for 2 or 3 plays, but let's see if they can get a little pressure here and shut this down.
Looking for a big stop right here on 3rd down, but it is 4-down territory inside the San Juan 40. Allred will fake the handoff, gets a block, throws deep to the end zone. It's going to be dropped. They're going to call pass interference, however, on the San Juan defense, and so that's going to give Grantsville a first down inside the San Juan 30.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate right there that you don't look and see the pass, get your hands straight up in the air is what you try to teach your defensive backs to do. If you can't see the pass, put your hands straight up in the air, and that time defensive back for San Juan kind of puts his hand there in the cookie jar, and the ref from behind
that one to me was
calls it.
Less egregious than the one in the corner of the end zone to me, but
yeah, it's just their interpretation, what they see at that time as the game's moving, and you try to tell these kids, hey, if they can't see your hands, then they can, in their mind they might think, oh, he's holding him, he's in illegal, push there. That's why I try to get your hands straight up in the air so then they can see your hands and they know you're not in there.
Well, I was wrong. It's not inside the 30 only. It's inside the 20. It's in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19 for Grantsville going in with 1:40 to go in the half, down by 5, and a good defensive stop for San Juan at the line of scrimmage on this run from Carter Bell, no gain. Great defensive stop for San Juan. Boy, it's every play. Every play you got to show up. I mean, you can get a stop right here on 1st down, but if they get, if they make a good play on 3rd or even 4th down in this case.
And Grantsville's not really aggressive here. The clock is running at 1:15.
Yeah.
And they're just letting it tick down here. You've got timeouts. I think they've only used, what, 2?
Yeah,
So
they have used
maybe
2.
they're going to save one because I heard them yell field goal earlier on a 4th down.
Allred is going to throw right side to the end zone, diving over on the far side, and not able to make the catch was the Grantsville receiver. Incomplete. That's a bonus for San Juan, man. Allred put that where only his guy could get it, and I'd say that was catchable.
Yeah,
It
Nilsson,
would have been a circus catch.
Andrew Nilsson out there in defense, and he's able to get his hands up and just kind of disrupt the vision of the receiver, and that's what you want to do. Get your hands in their face, straight up in the air so the ref can see them so they don't give you a PI there.
3rd down and 10 from the San Juan 19, Grantsville. With the football, 59 seconds to go in the half. Allred throws over the middle. That one out ahead of his intended receiver and incomplete. And he had a man open again over the middle on the slant that time, but 3 straight incomplete passes now.
I think we're going to see a field goal here, Rhett.
Yeah, I think that maybe is why they haven't called a timeout. They've been waiting to get this kid out of here. Make this a 2-point game.
And you know, in years past, and it's going to get there with this team as soon as they get that continuity together and kind of feel each other out, this Bronco offense. But in years past, you leave 55 seconds on the clock with San Juan, they go score a touchdown on you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's going to be, let's see, going to be a 36-yard attempt for number 51, and that is a line shot, and it went wide left. It must have just missed on the near side of the upright. So the 36-yarder is no good. And I'm not sure who number 51 is unless he's that guard, but he don't look like no guard to me. So.
Hey, he probably is. These, you know, your favorite word this week, rural.
Rural.
In these rural communities, you know, you can have a guard and a tackle that weighs about 160, 180 pounds.
I don't know about at Grantsville, though. You got to remember.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're a 3A school, but I mean, you look at the size. They're no bigger than San Juan's kids over there.
It's true. I mean, they're all high schoolers.
Sure,
they're all kids. So
I mean, you do got some big boys down there for Grantsville. The 54, he'd grind me into salt.
79's got some girth down here. I like that. Well, the Broncos are going to take a shot here with under a minute to go, as Yeomans connects on the far side with Brig Palmer. And that'll be a quick 15-yard gain and a 1st down.
And I think if you're Red, I think if you're a defensive coordinator and you're coaching at San Juan this year, I think you got to put your one on Brig Palmer when he's out in the slot or out as a number 1 receiver. He is fantastic, and he showed it last year. He complemented his big brother Tripp tremendously well, and I think this year he's got every right to be the number 1 go-to guy. And you see it here. They've already had him in at running back when they need some speed back there. The kid's just athletic all the way around. And if Bo can get him the ball, they can find him, they can draw up some plays to give him some space. I think this kid is going to be fantastic in the passing and running game. And he's only a junior. So
he's been their go-to guy tonight, that's for sure. Yeomans has gone to him all night long in the passing game. And, man, he's got 142 yards receiving. Yeomans has thrown for 199 yards so far in this first half. So most of it to Brig Palmer, including the 15-yarder right there. But we'll see. The Broncos with only 43 seconds to work with here. Do they have a field goal kicker on their side is the question. Here's Brig Palmer with another catch. And that's going to go for another 1st down as they pick up another 15 back-to-back.
And if you're Grantsville's defensive coordinator, you might want to start playing a guy up in coverage here, playing up and bump. They're playing deep back, 5, 6, 7 yards. You may want to start putting someone up there because you start dropping back at the snap, you're giving him yardage.
Yeah. Yeoman surveying the scene here. He's going to throw deep left side, has a man. And Randall Black almost made an over-the-shoulder catch. Headed to the sideline on the far side of the field, but it's incomplete through his hands.
Nice read there by Yeomans and a perfect throw just inside his fingertips.
Yeah.
And that's just one of those big-time catches that you got to learn how to make those big-time plays.
Just a nice, easy 35-yard throw through the air there for Bo Yeomans.
Those are the hardest ones to catch, the ones that hit you right in the hands, you know.
Yep, or the numbers. That's hard, too. 2nd down and 10 for San Juan as Yeomans drops back at his own 40. Flag flies in the middle of the field. Yeomans pass. I think he was thinking Randall Black was going to come back to it, but he kept streaking down the sideline. It's incomplete, but there are flags at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we're going to get a holding here on San Juan on the interior.
24 seconds to go in the half. do you take a shot at the end zone here in these next couple plays?
I think if you can, I mean, I love when they go empty set here. And I think if you put Keith and Brigg on the same side of the field and you do like a little crossing route, one do an out route, or out flag, one do a post, man, you're going to have one of those guys get behind the defense, especially if you got 3 receivers on the opposite side.
Well, that hold hurts. You got second down and long now, back at your own 39. Yeomans doesn't even drop back this time. It goes through the hands of Brigg Palmer and intercepted. And now with 18 seconds to go, Grantsville has it at the San Juan 40. That's not what they wanted. And Grantsville's maybe one play away from another field goal attempt
Yeah,
here.
but luckily Briggs able to
made a good
collect
tackle.
himself and make that tackle, so he doesn't
tackle.
let him get ahead of steam. And now they got to go 42 yards here with 18 seconds and 1 timeout.
But 2 interceptions in the first half here against Yeomans, both of them here in the second quarter. And to their credit, you know, they were trying to take some chances here late in the half, trying to get the ball downfield. But Grantsville has an opportunity. Allred looked like he was going to throw it downfield. Man, I was like a camera. I thought the ball was in the air. They can't get him down. He's rushed all the way down inside the 25-yard line of San Juan. They couldn't tackle him. He gets about 18 on that run that just kept going.
Yeah, just kept moving his feet, and the Broncos just kind of thought, well, the 2 guys there have him, so some guys just stopped and can't do that. You just got to power through it.
Well, now they've got 8 seconds to go. They're going to. Someone calls the Grantsville
called their last timeout.
I thought well, I guess San Juan used that one timeout, but. So what do you do here if you're Grantsville? Do you shoot for the end zone here or try your field goal guy?
I think you got 2 plays here.
Yep.
It's first down. I think you got to go quick. I think you take your first play and you go to the end zone, or you do a sideline, but you got to tell your receiver if you catch it, get out of bounds. I think you go for a shot to the end zone here on this first play, and then you dial up something for your second play, whether it's try another field goal or another long. But I think you take a shot here if you're Grantsville. And so if you're San Juan's defensive coordinator, Coach Byron over there, you got to be telling your defensive back safeties, you may go into a cover 3, cover 4 here just to keep them honest. Giving up a first down really doesn't matter because you're battling the clock here. You just got to keep them out of the end zone.
Well, it's going to be an exciting last 8 seconds of the first half. Grantsville has the ball 1st and 10. I think that's a moot point. The fact that they're inside the 15 of San Juan is not, or sorry, the 25 of San Juan is not a moot point. That's well within Allred's target area, and he does connect for a touchdown on a beautiful comebacker at the goal line. And he hits, it looks like number 3, Ty Holm, for the 25-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to take that shot on that first play, 8 seconds, and it works out great for them. And for San Juan, they're in man coverage there. And you just got to.
Just got beat, yeah.
And I tell you, I don't know what. When I was defensive coordinator, I was telling my defensive backs, hey, in that situation, I'll take a pass interference. If the guy's getting away from you and the ball's coming, you just tackle him.
Yeah.
Just tackle him. Take the penalty.
So they beat San Juan at the goal line and make it a 13-12 lead for Grantsville as the Cowboys take their first lead of the game exactly like they drew it up here at the end of this first half. They'll try to tack on the 2-point conversion. And it's a big gaggle of players. Boy, the blockers all made it into the end zone, no problem. But the ball carrier does not. So it's going to remain a 1-point game, 13-12.
I believe Trey Bass got behind and just started pulling from the backside and just wouldn't let him go.
But the story here tonight is that Grantsville has taken the lead on San Juan, and barring a kick return for a touchdown here, it looks like the Cowboys will lead by 1 at the halftime break. So San Juan will have to go into the locker room and circle the wagons and figure it out for the second half. Grantsville excited about the way it's finished here. And the turnovers come back to bite San Juan a little bit here late in this first half as Grantsville turns the interception into 6 points.
That and you know, it's really telling this year on what they're going to do in that backfield. We've seen Thomas Harden. We've seen Brigg. Palmer back there. Briggs had some great runs. Thomas had some power runs. But you need to have a running game And you know, they had Jack Ernest back there the last couple of years, and some fantastic running backs that have come through this place. We always talk about the quarterbacks, but those running backs, they give the quarterbacks the time. They also make that a two-headed monster back there, and you've got to have a run game to complement your passing game.
Well, Grantsville was offside on the kick here, but I don't think it's going to be called. And San Juan having trouble at the goal line picking the ball up. Now they will. And I think that might have been Mike and Keith running it out down the sideline for about a 20-yard return, but the siren sounds on the Snow College clock here in Ephraim, and signifying the end of the first half. It's a 13-12 lead for the Grantsville Cowboys here in the Rural Utah Preview, Game 2 of this Friday's action, and they'll have a couple games tomorrow as well, as San Juan finds themselves in rare territory here, Art, down at halftime, just by 1 point, still right in this thing, obviously, but trailing, so this is kind of a new look for them.
Well, and Coach Christian said it in his interview with you that we aired before the game. If anybody caught that, if not, go back and catch that on the podcast. But he talked about, you know, a new identity with this team, and they do. When you've had such dynamic 4 or 5 guys that have come up from sophomore, junior, senior, and just been terrors on the football field, you've got to kind of find your identity now with who's going to be those guys and step into that role. And I just think that you got the running game. I don't know, you probably got how many yards you've got so far, but that running game really sets up the passing game. And if you're San Juan, you have to be able to check that ball down on the RPO and give that to your running back, and him to pick up, you know, 8-9 yards a carry to keep that defense honest, to make those backers stay in, which opens up the passing game on the inside, because then you're man-to-man out there, and you don't get zone coverage, you don't get linebackers dropping back, and that's been their bread and butter the last few years. Is they've been so successful at the run and pass that it's hard for teams to step up and stop them one way or the other.
Yeah. Well, we will step aside, and we will have some first-half stats for you here in just a minute as the Grantsville Cowboy cheerleaders perform at halftime right now. So stay with us. We will return to Snow College in Ephraim for your first-half stats as we open the halftime report. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Northern Electric has been a steady part of our communities since 1957, providing trusted electrical installation and service you can count on. Northern Electric is proud to stand behind high school athletics and the bright young people who represent our future.
At Diamond Propane, we're proud to fuel more than homes and businesses. We're proud to support our local high school athletes and the community we all call home. For dependable service and all your propane needs, choose a local company that puts its neighbors first. Call Diamond Propane today and make the switch.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
When you or your loved ones need care at home, trust Rocky Mountain Home Care. Our experienced team provides skilled nursing, physical therapy, personal care services, and compassionate hospice care. Our mission is simple. We are dedicated to helping patients stay safe, comfortable, and independent in the place they call home. Rocky Mountain Home Care, caring for your family like our own.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing and Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit PrecisionRehabUtah.com.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 435-5873-838.
Creative Floors in Blanding, taking care of the floor corners. Give us a call at 435-678-2824.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Red Mechanical is proud to serve our communities across San Juan and now Grand counties with our new office right in Moab. We're excited to announce new financing options that make reliable comfort more accessible than ever. Red Mechanical, proud sponsors of high school athletics and the youth that are the future of our communities.
Blue Mountain Hospital offers emergency services, chronic pain injections, at-home dialysis, infusion therapy, cardiology, wound care, interventional radiology, and interventional pain, setting the standard for rural hospitals since 2009. At Blue Mountain Hospital, we're proud to support our local high school athletes.
At Diamond Propane, we're proud to fuel more than homes and businesses. We're proud to support our local high school athletes and the community we all call home. For dependable service and all your propane needs, choose a local company that puts its neighbors first. Call Diamond Propane today and make the switch.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow. Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
So sorry about that, folks. I guess we were not having the sound there. My apologies. We're talking about Crew Allred and his 124 yards passing in that first half, and the 25-yard touchdown pass that closed out the first half. So he finished strong, finished exactly like you'd draw up. And the main go-to guy on the ground for Grantsville in that first half was Carter Bell, and I've got him for 11 carries, 59 yards, the 4-yard touchdown run. And so one touchdown through the air, one on the ground in the first half for Grantsville, and just the 2 turnovers, the 2 interceptions. We were talking about how Crew Allred threw his interceptions in the first quarter and then kind of got his feet underneath him in the second quarter. For Bo Yeomans, unfortunately, it was 2 interceptions in the second quarter as we switch it over to San Juan now. So all total, Grantsville with 124 yards passing, 117 rushing in the first half, 241 total yards so far. But most importantly for them, they have the lead by 1 point, 13-12. For Bo Yeomans on the San Juan side, he's got more passing yards, 214. He has 22 attempts. And let's see, I didn't tally this up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He's 15 for 22 with the 2 interceptions in that first half. And so he wants to get his feet back under him to start the second half for sure, and the Broncos will have that opportunity as they get the ball. He ran the ball for 18 yards as well in that first half, but Brick Palmer was the big attack on the ground for San Juan. He had the 47-yard touchdown catch. He also had 157 yards receiving, but his ground game is not huge. It's 50 right now, 50 yards through the first half. He's got 7 carries, 50 yards. Thomas Harden added 28 yards. So, Art, you mentioned the Broncos need to get a running game going in this second half. That's one of the big things they got to look at here.
Yeah, it's been kind of one of their staples with that RPO is making teams respect all facets of the game, the run, the quarterback, the pass. And right now I think Grantsville's just kind of sitting back defending the pass and letting their front guys kind of dictate the run game. And you got to get that going. Now, Briggs come in and he's sparked some stuff. He's got a few nice runs here and there. And I'd like to see Coach go back to that double, pro set back there with Harden and Brigg, which, it really does kind of load the box a little bit because you're bringing in the defense as well. But the thing it does is it makes linebackers and ends accountable for their half of the ball, their half of the field. And so it kind of takes 2 guys out of the equation for you. And it gives you an extra lead blocker, too, if you want to run it that way.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned the running game. We mentioned Brig Palmer's receiving yards, a couple other guys making catches in that first half. Mike and Keith, a couple of big catches for San Juan. I think one eventually led to their second touchdown ultimately. Kept the drive alive at the time, but he's got 2 catches for 38 yards, but he hasn't caught the ball since the first quarter, so they'll maybe look to go back to him again. Randall Black has 3 catches. They threw to him a few times, 3 times to be sure in that second quarter, and he has 19 yards receiving. So, over these years, Art, we've gotten used to tons of stats, a lot of yardage for San Juan. It's a little bit tougher row to hoe here tonight against this Grantsville team. First game of the 2026 season. They got their work cut out for them. They got 214 yards passing, the 1 TD, but the 2 interceptions. Only 96 yards rushing in that first half, though. 1 TD and 1 fumble. So 3 turnovers for San Juan, as Grantsville right now has the edge by 1 in that part of the game. So the Broncos out warming up. Grantsville coming out to warm up for the second half. We'll step aside, take a few more sponsors here, and we will return for the start of the second half. We want you to stay with us. Come back to Snow College and Ephraim. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Northern Electric has been a steady part of our communities since 1957, providing trusted electrical installation and service you can count on. Northern Electric is proud to stand behind high school athletics and the bright young people who represent our future.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Ready to own a home in Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, crafts personalized loans with top rates and expert support. Buying, refinancing, or building your dream home? We've got you covered. Sit with Britt and begin your home ownership adventure. Visit our local pros for all your mortgage lending needs. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community. Planning a weekend project? Red Zay's Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telecom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit EmoryTelecom.com for details today.
Welcome back live to Snow College in Ephraim. It's the Rural Utah preview. Wait a second here. San Juan's. Oh, yeah, San Juan did get the ball to start. So I totally was saying San Juan was getting the ball to start the second half. That was a lie. It's Grantsville getting the football to start the third quarter. So the Broncos will immediately go on defense. I'm glad they weren't listening to me. They'd have gotten a penalty. But Grantsville will have decent field position at their own 35 after a little bit of a return there up the middle.
See what kind of adjustments Coach Bowering has here on defense coming out this second half. This is a huge possession. You don't want to fall behind by two scores.
Yeah.
So you've got to get a good stop here, go 3 and out if you can, and get your offense back on the field here if you're San Juan.
So Grantsville's new quarterback, the sophomore Crew Allred, working from the shotgun as he has all night, will hand off to the man who's done a lot of damage on the ground for Grantsville, Carter Bell. And he will pop it out to the right side for a short gain, maybe 3-4 yards over there.
Yeah, you want to limit that to like 2 yards if you're the Broncos.
Yeah. 4 yards, you can do that all the way down the field and
That's
score a
right.
touchdown while using a bunch of time if you're Grantsville.
You run 3.5, 4 yards every run play. That's all you need. Just keep pounding the rock. If you're San Juan's defense, you got to really get physical. You got to start shedding those blocks and get those big guys off you. Don't square up with them. Hit them on the angle. Get them going side to side and get them off balance.
2nd down and 6 for Grantsville as Allred takes the snap in the shotgun, keeps it himself. After play action, he'll get a couple, but a decent tackle in there. I think Cam Adair may have had a hand in there.
Yeah, that was Thomas Harden.
I see a bunch of 20s getting up out of there. But a 2-yard gain for the quarterback. Keeps the ball moving.
But this is a good 3rd and manageable for both sides of the ball here.
Yep.
If you're Grantsville, you like this 3rd and 4. If you're San Juan,
you like this 3rd and 4.
You hold them to, if you can get a stop here, it's I don't know, nowadays, high school football, heck, everything's a go for on 4th.
Yeah. This is a big 3rd down for sure. We'll see what happens. They're going to drop Allred back, set up the screen. They got some blocking over there. The Broncos need a tackle. They're going to get right to the sticks. Of course, all the Grantsville guys are saying they made the 1st down. And tell me who caught that pass. It's going to be a 4-yard pass to Carter Bell out of the backfield that time. I guess he lined up in a slot back position.
Is that 17?
No, he was saying that was 4.
Oh,
Is it
4?
17?
Yeah, probably 4.
4. So Carter Bell, he's probably caught more passes tonight than I have. In fact, I can almost be certain of it. They're going to give him the 1st down, so it was exactly what they needed, and now a new set of downs for Grantsville at their own 45.
Yeah, he just drugged the San Juan defenders.
Speaking of 17 that you just mentioned, it's going to be the slot back or wide receiver sweep here all the way around to the far side of the field and picks up 5. That was a lot of running for Grayson Warren and 5 yards production. And I've got that as his first carry tonight, but that could be entirely wrong. And I assume that was a carry and not a pass. They didn't do that little shuttle like San Juan likes to do. Actual handoff there that time. So they used the wide receiver or the slot man to come around for a handoff. They've been sending him in motion all night. And this time they're going to hand off traditionally back to Carter Bell again. Good defense at the line of scrimmage for San Juan. Holds him to 1 yard.
Third down again, and about similar to where we were the last 3rd down here, about 4 yards to go.
It looks just exactly the same. I think we know they're in 4-down territory here. They're on the San Juan 49. So they're in San Juan territory. Taking a little bit of time getting the play in here. Art, I don't see a play clock here tonight. The refs must be keeping it themselves.
Their refs just usually in high school football they do, and so they probably just don't have somebody up there in the booth that
we got these beautiful clocks all over the field. And Allred is going to drop back, throw over the middle, incomplete, too high for his intended man. Grantsville has been dangerous, Art, with these slant patterns all night long right through the middle. This time, Allred can't connect.
And it looks like they're on a punt team on here. And so we'll see if they have.
Watch the fake.
Yeah, if they're actually going to punt it here. Because if you get too aggressive here, if you're San Juan, you got to be telling your lineman, hey, watch the ball because we get an encroachment here. It gives them a 1st down.
Absolutely.
Be patient here if you're San Juan's front to 6.
And the Broncos made that mistake back in the 1st half. And they will punt it away. This kid, 51, handles the kicking duties. He attempted a 36-yard field goal, shanked it wide left. Didn't miss it by much, though, but he gets a good punt away and flips the field on San Juan, pins them down inside their own 20. So it looks like the Broncos will start at their own 14 here. So the Broncos hold tough, Art, get that defense they needed, force a punt, and we'll have the opportunity now on offense.
And I understand field position here. If you're Grantsville, you're up by 1. You want to flip that field. You don't want to give San Juan the short field. But my tendency says, hey, you're on their side of the field. Trust your defense. Go for it. See if you pick it up.
Well, the Broncos, we'll see what they can get going offensively. They're going to go right back to Brig Palmer. He's just got to hang on to that football. They're trying to rip it out. I think they may have gotten it free. They're saying they got it, and they do. They finally ripped it out of there. They were holding him in the air and yanking at that football, and Grantsville has the fumble at the San Juan 20. It was a huge gain for the Broncos for Brig Palmer, but then he fumbled the ball.
Yeah, turnovers. That's the second fumble all night. 2 interceptions. Turnovers, you can't have them even in the first game of the season. Got to hold on. And sometimes as a running back, you're trying to do a little extra, and that's all that was right there. If you're Brig, you got to pick it up and then go down because they're just ripping at the ball.
Man, I tell you, that is a tough break.
That was not a fumble because he did something wrong.
Right, no.
That was just trying to get those extra yards, and you got 2 or 3 guys in there with red jerseys trying to rip the ball out.
That is tough because he gets the 16-yard run, but then the ball thrown over the middle by Allred, knocked away by the San Juan D. That was a good stop for San Juan.
Yeah, Cooper Law's out there with a nice little crack right when the ball got there. Timed it up perfectly.
And I've got a little bit of a mind twister here. I've got to figure out how to signify a run and then a fumble. But we'll figure that out in a bit, I guess. I've got an incomplete pass for Allred now, and 2nd down and 10 for the Grantsville Cowboys at the San Juan 30. Man, the Cowboys have forced the fumbles tonight, or forced the turnovers, I should say. That's 4 on San Juan in this game. And now Carter Bell will go down after a short gain of a couple, so a good tackle at the line of scrimmage for San Juan.
Yeah, you win the turnover battle, and statistically, it shows that you win the game.
We talk about it all the time, and in fact, maybe now I can get to my pregame info. We had, San Juan leads this all-time series 9-7, going back to 1978. Last year was Barkley's first win as a head coach against Grantsville. Cowboys lost to Juab in the 3A quarterfinals last year. And Barkley Christensen in his 10th year coaching, David Millward for Grantsville in his 3rd season. And a brand new quarterback for Grantsville along with the offensive and defensive coordinators. And that man, Allred, hits his intended receiver down at the San Juan 15, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for Grantsville. Yeah, I saw that one. So that goes, where did that even start from? I think that's a 10-yard pass, or was it 15? I think it was 15, actually. So a 15-yard pass from Allred to Dawson Dunleavy.
And Grantsville just doing enough to get it, to keep moving the chains here.
Yeah, they have been all night. It's just kind of methodical. Nothing super explosive. I mean, they did have the 25-yard touchdown pass. They'll hand to Bell again here, and he's going to wrestle his way for 5. Down to around the 12-yard line of San Juan. No, they'll say 4. At the 13, it looks like. No, they've got it at the 12. That's a pickup of 5, like I said. So a 5-yard run, and they inch even closer. 2nd down and 5 for Grantsville here. They could get a 1st down around the San Juan 6. But, man, the Broncos have been in this condition before. They've been in this situation and came up with a big stop, Art, in that second half, but then ultimately allowed the touchdown at the end of the half. We'll see what they can get here. As Allred throws over the middle, and, man, that thing disappeared for me. It's going to be caught on the 1. It'll be 1st and goal as Quincy Singer makes the tackle, but that was, let's see, I think that's a 13-yard pass from Allred to Ty Holm.
Yeah, unreal placement on that ball, just right where it needed to be, and, man, just threading the needle there.
I lost sight of it as it went into traffic in there. That's Ty Holm's 3rd catch. And we'll see. They're going to rumble in, I think. No signal yet. No, they're going to call him down on the 1. Who carried that? Did they?
17.
We're going to see the replay here. Okay, so the slot back came around. Man, what a tackle on the goal line, as that's another carry for no gain for Grayson Warren. And now it'll be 2nd down and goal. He actually may have lost a yard where they signaled him down.
I don't know if you can lose a yard from where they're at. They're 6 inches from the goal line there.
They got a tight formation there. They're going to hand off, and that time they go in for a touchdown. And it was Carter Bell who goes in from 1 yard out, his second rushing touchdown of the game. And so he gets the 1 yarder. And that makes it 19-12. So the Broncos are down by a touchdown. They're hoping to stop this PAT here and keep it a touchdown lead. But the Broncos now in very unfamiliar territory.
Oh, bubbled the snap.
San Juan, they're going to run it to the right side and throw into the end zone complete. Who in the world was that who threw the pass? That was a beautiful pass.
Caught by 12. The holder threw it.
The holder was number 10. Of course, we don't have a number for him on our roster, which is nearly unusable. This roster from Max Preps we got for Grantsville is basically worthless. So I'd have to consult my phone, I think, but that does complete the PAT on a 2-point conversion ultimately, and it is the third rushing touchdown of the game for Grantsville, and suddenly they have a 7-point lead, now it's a 9-point lead, 21-12 over the San Juan Broncos with 5:14 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a real quick break, and we will return as San Juan gets set to receive the kickoff. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
Broncos with the football. Welcome back to Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. It's the Rural Utah preview with Grantsville leading San Juan 21-12. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter here tonight at Snow College in Ephraim. Who carried that one, guys?
Thomas Harden.
Thomas Harden with a couple-yard carry for San Juan. His first touch of the second half, and they'll go right back to him. And he is still wrestling his way for yardage.
This is Brig Palmer.
Brig Palmer,
on that little shovel pass.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can get this straight. We had a 2-yard carry for Harden.
Right now, Grantsville's defensive line is winning the battle in the trenches. And I'm not saying that to pick on San Juan's offensive line. They're winning that battle there. And San Juan's backfield's having a hard time getting past first. And the fumble again.
And Grantsville's going to recover this, and the Broncos turn it over for the 5th time tonight. And that does not bode well, as Grantsville will have it inside San Juan's 30 at the 26. Was that Harden on the carry again? Sorry, guys.
Bo, I think, kept it on that one.
Oh,
It was all so quick right there. Grantsville's defensive front is winning the battle, like I said earlier, and they are getting in there quick. They're making that first hit, and San Juan is not getting that first block to spring those guys, and even the upbacks aren't getting that block on the end around. So they've got to square those guys up, and they got to win the trenches here. And obviously 5 turnovers now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Broncos give Grantsville the football deep in their own territory again, and Allred immediately goes to the air, and that was nearly a circus catch at the 10, but it will fall incomplete. That's a bonus for the San Juan Broncos.
Yeah, I don't know if the defensive back got tangled up with his own feet or the receiver, but they both kind of went down. Luckily for San Juan, that was a little long on the teeth on that pass.
I love that phrase. That's a good one. Long in the teeth.
Long in the tooth, I think is the
Yeah,
actual.
right.
But, that's the redneck saying.
That's right.
I have all my teeth.
Second down and 10 for Grantsville as they have it at the San Juan 27. And the incomplete pass. And Allred will roll to his left. I think he was maybe trying to look to his right at first, but he's just going to tuck it up. It has a lot of room, And he will get inside the San Juan 20 near the sticks. It will move the chains, I believe, a 10-yard, maybe 11-yard gain for the QB over there. So 1st and 10.
Yeah, they're moving them.
As they've got it down inside the San Juan 20 now at the 17. So Grantsville knocking on the door again in the San Juan red zone. And Art, you talked about the Broncos not wanting to fall down by a couple scores, and now you're looking at trying to prevent yourself from falling down by 3 scores here.
Yeah, this is it's cliche, but the gut check time for the Bronco defense.
Allred will drop back. He has had a great game as a starting sophomore, and that was nearly picked off by Mike and Keith, but falls incomplete in the end zone. Boy, the Broncos would have loved to have had a pick right there.
Yeah, Mike had a great break on that ball and almost saw it right in his hands, just right through him. And, he's not going to pick up a ton of yardage, but like you said, it's going to turn the ball back over and give Broncos offense. And you need another turnover here. You need to create turnovers for yourself if you're San Juan right now. You need to win the battle of the down.
Broncos down by 9 right now. 3:39 to go in the third quarter, but Grantsville knocking on the door at the San Juan 17 with a 2nd and 10. Crew Allred, the sophomore quarterback for Grantsville, has a man, connects with that man on the near side. Nice open field tackle by the Broncos, but it was a catch for, I think, 7 yards.
Yeah, and that's a little shoelace tackle there by number 10, Liam Lacey.
And the catch, that's the first I have for Beck Mondragon, which he gets the best name of the night award, that's for sure. And he's probably made other catches that I've missed tonight. And so my apologies to him and his entire family. But they probably can't pick up our radio signals.
I don't think they subscribe to the SJR News.
No. That's right. It'll be a 3rd down and a long 3 here for Grantsville as they move a couple guys in the formation. And they set up a little run for the quarterback already. Man, this kid has been tough to bring down all night tonight. He will rumble down inside the San Juan 10. It's going to be a 1st and goal as he picks up 5 yards. And, man, this kid is carrying Grantsville on his back and moving him down the field all night tonight, Art.
Yeah, he's making good decisions, too, and that's what you want out of your quarterback. He's turned the ball over a couple times, too.
Yeah.
But in the first quarter.
Earlier in the game.
And he's really handled himself well here going down the stretch in this third quarter.
I mean, his completion rating, I'll get it here in a little bit, is not unbelievable. It doesn't blow your mind, but, man, it's like you said, Art, they're just doing the right when they need it. They seem to be able to get a play that they need, keep the drive alive, and it's resulting in touchdowns ultimately so far. Broncos looking for a huge stop as Grantsville hands off up the middle, and 4 or 5 guys for San Juan swarm in there and make the stop on the ball carrier. Was Carter Bell that time, and no gain.
Yeah, Trey Bass came flying in there from that outside, from his defensive tackle position.
Whoop, I gave him 4 yards. That's a lie. It should be 0. And it'll be a 2nd down now and goal. The ball is back out at the 9-yard line, so there must have been a loss of yardage.
Coming up on 2 minutes here.
Yeah.
Just under 2 minutes now.
In the third quarter. So still got a quarter to go, but San Juan looking for a big stop here late in the third quarter, but they are not going to get it as they hand to Carter Bell. He comes from the slot back spot on the right side all the way around off left tackle. They opened the hole for him, and he just rumbled right into the end zone for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. This time it's a 9-yarder, and Grantsville increases their lead to 27-12. Pretty impressive series down there inside the 10-yard line.
And a lot of this has been set up by turnovers, Rhett.
Yeah.
You got to be able to control the ball when you got it, and that's going to be there's a flag out there now. There must be some chippy talk going on, but the PAT was missed, and now there's a flag.
And now there's some jaw and go, a little extracurricular
there may be a little
activity.
There may be some talking.
Well, the Broncos have got to get focused here.
Yep, it's going to be on San Juan, one of the linemen.
And will it give another attempt on the PAT is the question. And I know the Matrix would say you'd go for 2 here if you get the penalty.
If it was before the kick, if it was after, they're going to go. It was, yep.
They're celebrating, so I think they're going to try for 2 here is my guess.
Yep. So one more on time down.
The offensive personnel come back on the field here for Grantsville, so they will try to make this now a 17-point game. It stands at 15 right now, 27-12, but because of the penalty on San Juan here on the PAT, Grantsville gets another opportunity, and they're going to pitch it. And a good job by San Juan to swarm Carter Bell and tackle him before he can get into the end zone. So the PAT fails twice there. Sandwiched in between was a San Juan penalty, and now the Broncos will get ready to receive this kickoff. And Art, what are the Broncos going to have to do here for these last, for this last minute 46 of the third quarter and then the fourth quarter? What do they need to fix here right now to get back on the scoreboard?
Well, and see, here's the thing, Red. I don't know if you're over there coaching, you can take two standpoints here. You can either say, hey, we want to go out and we want to try whatever we do to win this game, or we want to go out and just fix some stuff. And if we win, great. If we lose, okay. But we want to fix stuff going into next week.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that whatever the mantra is over there. But I'll tell you, they're just not winning the battle in the trenches. They're not winning the outside game on their leads. And Grantsville is just being more stout in there, and they've got to find a way to move them on both sides of the ball.
Well, I'm just looking at it here as this ball is going to be booted out the back of the end zone again by Grantsville. But, man, I look at it looks like 1, 2, only 3 plays for San Juan from scrimmage here in this second or third quarter.
Obviously, turnovers.
The 2 turnovers.
Killed them.
Yeah.
But I would like to see him go back to a little option with Brigg back there with Bo and maybe run this out, overload the right side, run to the left, go to the boundary of the field, whatever you've got in your playbook, but try a little option. Get this ball moving. Get Bo out on the outside.
Yeah, and we talk as they're going to fake the handoff, and Yeomans rolls out left, just kind of like you talked about, and a little option out there to the outside, and it's going to be a first down to Brigg Palmer over on the far sideline.
Yeah, I think you've got to cause confusion out there for the defense. You can't just run this right at them. They've been tremendous all night at just stopping that. So you've got to use your ability in your trickeration, in your misdirections. Like right here, they tried to run straight up the middle of Bo, and the middle run game has not been there tonight.
Yeah, it's not.
You've got to get outside. You got to get your speeders out there. That option has worked a couple times. The comeback has worked. And then that sets up the long play that they had earlier in the game. I think that's what you need to do if you're San Juan.
And obviously from here on out, you can't turn the ball over.
Sure.
The 5 turnovers right now have killed you. It killed any momentum you might have had in the third quarter. Here's a handoff to Thomas Harden, and he's going to be wrapped up by a couple Grantsville tacklers after only picking up a couple. So the Broncos will face a third down and about 9 here with 1 minute to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, San Juan's just not had much success up the middle inside the tackle box, and their success has come outside. And I think with that option with Brigg or Thomas, you got to run that to get success.
Bo Yeomans fakes a pass across the middle. Now he'll run out to the right. He'll throw it downfield. It's going to be intended for Mike and Keith, and he was being run into down here. They'll say it was cleanly defended and incomplete down the field. The pass underthrown a little bit. San Juan faces a fourth down.
And maybe that's why the flag wasn't thrown, but you got to allow the receiver to come back to the ball, and I don't think the defensive guy, as he was falling down, allowed that. So to me, that's a textbook pass interference.
And so San Juan probably going to set up for a quick punt here from Bo Yeomans.
I think, you know what, and they probably will. This is usually what they do when they step him back.
But and that is what they do.
I wouldn't fault to go for it. You've got to get your offense some work and get some good things.
The Broncos aren't able to make the first tackle getting there. Randall Black couldn't wrap up the man who was returning the football. And let's see, we're going to have some late whistles here. I guess we got
There's
a man
a flag
down.
right here on the sideline.
Okay, and a man down as well.
Yeah, he's cramping, but we also got a flag.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's sideline in front, warning.
Grayson Warren on the kick return for Grantsville. Sorry, Art.
No, that's usually what you get right here with that flag on something on a punt. You get a sideline. You get the side judge running down the sideline. He gets bound up with the players, the coaches.
Yeah, that gets his ego injured. So Grantsville will have the ball back here, and man, the Broncos have spent a lot of time in their own territory here in this second half.
We got an injury on the field, so
we do.
Probably an injury timeout here.
All right, well, we'll step aside as well. We got 31 seconds to go in the third quarter. San Juan hasn't been able to muster anything on offense in this second half. They're down 27-12 to the Grantsville Cowboys. in the Rural Utah preview, the second game of this first day of activity here at Snow College. Stay with us. We'll return. It is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
When you or your loved ones need care at home, trust Rocky Mountain Home Care. Our experienced team provides skilled nursing, physical therapy, personal care services, and compassionate hospice care. Our mission is simple. We are dedicated to helping patients stay safe, comfortable, and independent in the place they call home. Rocky Mountain Home Care, caring for your family like our own.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing and Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Welcome back to Snow College in Ephraim. It's the Rural Utah preview here tonight as, Crew Allred throws incomplete for Grantsville as we came out of that injury timeout. 2nd down and 10 now for the Cowboys from their own 44-yard line. But the Broncos looking for another stop here, looking for the defense to stand tall here and get the offensive football back in another opportunity as we head into the final frame. 21 seconds to go in this third quarter. This is going to be 3rd down on a short gain here from the quarterback. Maybe 1 yard on this run. And that may be the last time they snap the ball here in this third quarter. It looks like they are going to be content to go to the 4th. So time will expire on the third quarter. It's a Grantsville 27-12 lead here in the Rural Utah preview over the San Juan Broncos. We will head to the 4th quarter when we come back. Stay with us. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Creative Floors and Blanding, taking care of the floor corners. Give us a call at 435-678-2824.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Welcome back to Snow College as we're back to action to start the 4th quarter, and Grantsville is going to get a big one on the far sideline. That'll go for a 1st down and much more. Starting at the 44-yard line of Grantsville, it's going to go, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 32 yards on the first pass of the 4th quarter. I didn't see who caught that. Did you guys?
I didn't. I was watching the defense back here.
But a big play as Grantsville gets down inside the San Juan 25 to the 24. So they're knocking on the door to the red zone again, right off the hop here to start the 4th quarter. And the Bronco defense back on their heels a little bit. Thank you, guys. It was, I tell you what, man, let's see. Let's get that on the right team, actually. I was trying to help Bo out and give him 32 yards there, but that's not true. It was to Carter Bell. Man, I've got that as his 2nd catch, but I bet he's had more tonight. But, man, he has definitely been their go-to guy tonight. But 195 yards passing now for Crew Allred, and this is his first varsity game as a sophomore. And you look at Bo Yeoman's last year, Art, and he started for the first time as a sophomore last year. And I tell you what, this Crew Allred kid is showing the ability that he has here tonight.
Yeah, those sophomores, sometimes they come in and they just play heads and tails above what you expect, and that's what he's doing tonight. And man, just keep the legs moving here on this drive, and they're just getting those extra yards. And when San Juan's running, they're not getting them, and that's the difference. The tale of two tapes here.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you said earlier, Grant. We said this all year. Well, for the past few years for San Juan, just winning the battle up in those trenches with those linemen up there. And right now, Grantsville winning those battles. And when you're winning those battles, your running backs and your quarterbacks can make hay. So that's exactly what's happening. It's 3-4 yards at a pop even, and that's just fine for the offense. I didn't see who carried that last one. I'm guessing it was Carter Bell. But
and Grantsville likes to run that heavy offensive line, and, that just gives you more hats on the field.
Man, Allred had a man wide open for a touchdown. He'd gotten behind the San Juan secondary, but he overthrows that man. And so the incompletion will bring up a 4th down now, and they may be bringing some field goal activity out here.
It looks like they are. They've got number 51 out there.
I need to get his name. We have it on that roster that I put on our phones. I need to take a look because we should call this guy's name. Cash Hammond. So this will be his second attempt. He missed a 36-yarder. This is going to be the same. This will be a 37-yarder. So we'll see if he can boot it into the window here of this Snow College. Just the weight room, you said? That one's good. He got that from 37 yards. A 37-yard field goal for Cash Hammond makes it a 30-12 game. And so the Broncos need 3 touchdowns now to come all the way back in this thing with 9:45 to go now in the game. It is down to the wire for San Juan here. You really got to get something going at this point. It goes without saying.
Yeah, you got to score on this drive if you're San Juan, and you can't make it a long drive as time goes. You got to go down the field, put 6 points on the board, get a 2-point conversion, and then you got to find a way to get 3 and out. Defensively.
The Broncos haven't been able to muster a defensive stop, really. I think maybe one in the second half. Other than that, Grantsville has put points on the board. And, man, we don't see a lot of field goal kicking in the 2A ranks, that's for sure, or the 1A ranks specifically. But we do here tonight against the 3A Grantsville Cowboys. And this game means something to both of these teams. And Grantsville looking to get a little revenge from being beat by San Juan last year in this rural Utah preview game. Right on this same field, same time last year. This has turned into a beautiful, still night for football here tonight. But the Broncos want to make a little noise here and provide a little thunder on this possession here. They haven't offered much of that here in this second half.
Yeah, last year San Juan comes in with their sophomore quarterback, unknown, gets the win on this field. This year, Grantsville comes in with their sophomore quarterback, gets a win.
Same story.
And looking like they're, with the upper hand here.
Yeah. Speaking of that former sophomore quarterback for San Juan, it's Bo Yeomans, and he threw into coverage on the far side. Brig Palmer almost able to come back and get that thing, but that defender got his hands in there and messed that up a little bit for Grantsville.
Yeah, 32 was good position, and luckily for Yeomans, Brig gets out there and kind of breaks up the pass, or that we could be looking at another INT.
Best I can tell, that was Brigham Moritzen breaking up the pass for San Juan. 2nd down and 10 now. Yeomans fakes to the right, throws back left to Thomas Harden out of the backfield. He tries to break a tackle. We got a flag flying at the point of, I think, a block that was happening out ahead of Thomas Harden. So hopefully this won't be coming back, but I'm guessing that's what's going to happen right here on this run after the catch.
Where the flag is laying is right where San Juan was blocking. So either they're going to say legal man downfield because the screen happened too late, or they're going to say a holding.
We get the replay here on StreamUtah.Live. We are going to get a good look at it.
Holding.
And it was a hold, pretty obviously. So do you get the 5-yard pass right there, Art, and then the 10-yard penalty? Is that how they score that?
No, it's just 10-yard penalty.
Just a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah,
so
it negates the
even
pass.
though it happens from the 5 yards ahead of where it happened.
Where's our rules analyst here?
Yeah, he left us, didn't
Jess
he?
left us.
I always thought that they got that yardage, but
they may. I'm not a rules aficionado like you are.
Well, Yeomans throws it down deep, and it's broken up again, incomplete. So I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give him a 5-yard pass, and I'm going to give
well, if they marked it off from the spot, then they're definitely giving it to him.
Yeah. And it was Thomas Harden on the catch. That'll be his first reception, at least on my records of the night. Now an incomplete pass.
We got another Grantsville player down here about
Dying.
the 44 with cramping.
Dying, yeah.
Cramping up, which is to be expected, even on a cool night like it is.
Yeah.
You know, you're playing hard. You're burning off that salt.
I'm up here almost cramping up, bro.
You're just, yeah, you got to be getting that intake. And these kids are just getting those cramps, and those hurt.
Yeah, we see these early season cramps for sure. This is a big third down for San Juan now. 5 yards deep here. It'll be a 3rd down and 15 back at their own 15. But, boy, man, this San Juan offense has had some tough sledding here in the second half. The Grantsville defense has really honed it in, Art. I think we got to give them credit for shutting this offense down.
Yeah, and I think right now for the offense, you just got to find little successes here to build on. So you can go back and watch film and see what worked and how it worked and how you're going to make that better for next week.
They're going to go deep again, and Yeomans has a man this time, and this time it will be caught as they gash him for a big one across midfield. Down inside the 35 as Yeomans connects with Mike and Keith, but it's going to come back.
Got a flag back here in the backfield.
Man, the Broncos, and this has been the story of this second half, is the Broncos shooting themselves in the foot with the turnovers and now the penalty. They get their biggest play of the game, but it's going to come back.
That was a huge play, too, but that yellow laundry laying right there at the 9-yard line is going to be very telling. Yep. Unfortunate for San Juan as they're going to march back even further, but even though it's not going to count in this game, that's something you can watch on film and see how it developed, how it worked.
I mean, he was open.
Yeah, and build on that for next week because that's something that you can see how you got to that place, and then obviously clean up where if there was a holding, if there wasn't.
Yeah, I think that's about a 60-yard swing. That was going to be a 50-yard pass, but instead it's a 10-yard penalty in arrears, and so San Juan now inside their own 10 for a 3rd and long. And so they need to at least get a first down on this series here to keep the chains moving. And Yeomans is going to find Randall Black complete across the 40. No flag this time, so that will move the chains as that will be a 32. Let's see where they actually spot it. It's going to be, I think that's about a 37-yard pass right there. Big one. So they get it right back, and now they go straight to the ground as Thomas Harden will weave his way through the D. And they don't even have the chain set as he's still fighting for yardage. It goes down into Grantsville territory, picks up 14.
And the pass play before this, San Juan comes out and they just spread the defense so wide that you have one-on-one capability there. You can't let zone guys drop back, cover 2s, cover 1s, and that's one of those things that they're going to look at film and say, hey, that worked for us. Let's build on that.
Well, they dropped Thomas Harden for a loss this time, or maybe no gain right at the line of scrimmage, so they get penetration that time, does the Grantsville defense. So no gain for Thomas Harden. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Broncos going hurry up. No shock there. Yeomans has protection. Throws to an open man, but coming out of nowhere to intercept it is number 17 as he comes flying from the middle of the field. Man, he was wide open for a minute over there, but then it closed up suddenly, and Grayson Warren gets the pick.
And he just read that, read the quarterback's eyes. Bo was staring that route down, and he just come over there from his safety spot, and just beautiful catch there by the defender.
Came a long way. And, that is the 6th turnover now for San Juan in this game. And you're just not going to be able to be victorious if you're turning the ball over like that. And so San Juan suffers the interception. And that is 1 interception in the second half, 2 fumbles. And the Broncos turn it over. It kind of operates like a punt. But Grantsville will take over at their own 22 with 8:14 to go in the game now and leading San Juan 30-12.
You got to keep these guys playing, too. You don't want them to quit on you here and let them keep running the score up as a flag's thrown on this
There is a flag
long play.
Right now, if it stands, they're going to tackle Grantsville way downfield here. It was Carter Bell on the run, but I'm thinking it may come back. We'll see. It will be a huge play all the way down to the San Juan 10. And let's see, it looks like they're going to mark it back. So very similar to what happened when San Juan threw for 50 yards. This was going to be a big one here. That's going to be an 80-yard run pretty much for Carter Bell, but all indications are that it's all coming back on a hold. So that's a break for San Juan. I missed it. Some of you on StreamUtah.Live might have seen.
We're going to get a holding, yep.
And then number 11, is that Jacob Mendoza who caught? No, I'm sorry. That's the wrong name. I'm sorry. I don't have an 11, unfortunately. You called it earlier who caught up to him.
11 is Andrew Nielsen.
Caught up to Carter Bell 80 yards downfield and brought him down before he got the pleasure of running into the end zone. But all of it is erased on the penalty, so that's a bonus for San Juan. But some time came off the clock. We got 7:59 to go now in the game, and the Broncos down by 18 points here. The new mercy rule is not coming into effect tonight.
No.
So we know that in any facet of the rule, because there's not going to be a 35-point lead unless something astronomical happens here. This time the Broncos keep the run a little bit more reasonable as Bell takes another handoff, and he picks up a few of those yards back. I think that's about a 5-yard gain. So the Broncos need to get the football back here as soon as they are able. But at this point, Art, I think it's like you said, it's those small victories on both sides of the ball that you're looking for, that you can take with you into next week. And obviously this kind of serves as a preseason game, if you will. First game of the year, you get a chance to see exactly where you stand.
Yeah, these first two games, that's why you play out of – and I think that was an illegal shift there, but I didn't call it. You play these first two games, a 3A opponent, a tough 1A opponent, to see what you need to improve upon and build on for when you get to your season.
Yeah.
And that's why you play. And then, of course, you're going to play Kanab again, too.
Yeah, you say a tough opponent. You talk about the second-place 1A team next week, and you talk about the state champion 1A team the following week. So
I mean, it's just – and that's why you play these games. You'd like to win them. You like to win every game. But at the end of the day, you have to have something tangible to look at and to show your guys and as coaches to look at and see what you need to change, what variation needs to happen so that you can get better. So when you get into that season stretch, the region play, that you're primed and ready to go. And this game will serve for that because there's a lot of things that they can improve upon, but there's also a lot of things that they can say, hey, this is some good stuff that happened. How do we make more of that?
3rd down and 10 for Grantsville as Allred rolls out. He's going to throw it into the turf here. Had an intended receiver in the vicinity, so.
Yeah, Thomas Harden was sniffing him down, man. He was chasing him like a bull.
Good pressure, good pressure. Flushed him out, looking for the sack. We haven't had a sack tonight, I don't believe.
So we're going to see a punt. We haven't had a punt since their possession?
San Juan punted it. A little bit ago.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, they've only had one punt. This will be their second punt, I think. If they punt it, I'm assuming they will back this deep, but you never know.
Well, if they punted it on San Juan's side earlier, they'll punt this one.
Try to pin them deep.
This would be huge if we get a run back here.
Yeah, it would be. High snap, back to receive here. He's not going to get a chance to return, was Brig Palmer. So he'll just let it be downed at midfield. The Broncos will start right at the 50.
Great field position here for San Juan to go down and put 6 on the board. That's what you're looking right now. If I'm coaching over there, we're looking just to score points. If we can get lucky here and go back to back to back and make this thing a W, fine. But we've got to put points on the board here. We've got to get our offense into the end zone. We haven't been in the end zone this whole half.
No, it's a fact. So Bo Yeomans will start him out at the 50. Quick 2-step drop, and he connects with Randall Black on the far side. That'll pick up 8 on the quick pitch and catch.
Got to figure out how to get those receivers to make a move and, make that first guy miss.
Yeah.
Got to get 10, 12 yards on those receptions right there.
They're going to hand off up the middle, and they'll pick up the first down as Thomas Harden rumbles ahead for 5. And so a couple of plays, move the chains, not too shabby. Need to continue doing that down the field, like you said, Art, and try to punch this one in here. Even if this is the only one you get for the rest of the game, we are dwindling down here now. Just over 5.5 to go in the game. San Juan down by 18. And Yeomans throws that one a little off the mark to the left of Randall Black. I think Randall thought he was about to get hit right there and unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, but I like the empty set here. They've had success out of that because, like I said earlier, it stretches the field and it makes one-on-one capability here. So I like Coach Christian going open here, empty set, and stretching the field with his players and getting, as they reset the ball. They didn't like that 6 inches, I guess.
Yeah.
But it gives you an advantage here as far as I'm concerned on offense.
2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Broncos at the Grantsville 40, and Yeomans connects with Brig Palmer for a 40-yard touchdown. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the Broncos strike pay dirt and are in the end zone again, and now we get some extracurricular activity and a flag as there was some pushing and shoving among these big hog mollies down here. There's a guy with girth for Grantsville.
Yeah, I think
and they were throwing it around down there, man.
I think he wasn't happy on that one.
No. But the Broncos have scored to make it a little more respectable, 30-18, and hey, they're right in it still, 5:25 to go here. 40-yard touchdown pass for Bo Yeomans.
And when you can pick up a touchdown in 40 yards, it makes the clock not as viable, but you still have to go out and get a stop now on defense.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what they've definitely struggled with here in this second half.
We're going to get a stoppage here again because he's still making the – they had set the ball. The ump had set the ball, and they were ready to play, but the head official is still back here calling the penalty. So they had to run in and stop the PAT here, and now we're ready to go.
So will the penalty be on this play?
It'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering. And the Broncos going for 2. There's that little shuttle pass to Randall Black, and it will work as Black goes in. That makes it a 10-point game, ladies and gentlemen. 30-20, 5:25 to go here tonight in the rural Utah preview. Don't go anywhere. We got a little game here.
Did they assess it on that PAT? Did they start from the 3 or did they start from the 1.5?
I don't know. They may have assessed it right there. We'll find out, I guess, if he's kicking from midfield or not here. We'll step aside real quick and take a break. We'll return as San Juan gets set to kick it off. They're down 30-20 to Grantsville in the rural Utah preview from Snow College and Ephraim. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 4355-873-838.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience.
Jepson.
Welcome back to Snow College and Ephraim. We're going to have an onside kick for San Juan. It'll be recovered by Grantsville as that ball was not allowed to go 10 yards. Grantsville did a good job to step up and fall on that thing before it got 10 yards. The Broncos probably need to practice the onside kick. They don't normally have to use that play, but good first effort that time for Jepson.
Yeah, Grantsville was ready for it.
Yeah, they were. They were definitely prepared. So now Grantsville will have, they've been right around midfield this whole second half, so it's not too much harm. The Broncos are going to have to get a stop no matter what part of the field it's on. And so Grantsville will start at their own 37 with 5:25 to go. So if you're Grantsville, you want to use this time. You want to slowly march down the field, maybe even put some points on to end the game. If you're the Broncos, you need to stop and get the football back right here. Down by 10. And the Broncos haven't been in this position for a long time, down by 10 late in the game. Well, I guess that's not true. They had that a couple times last year. Got beat by a Manti team last year that ended up going to the state championship game, finished as runners-up. That's not anything to hang your head about.
That running back, Tully Papa, is going to be playing here on this field this year at Snow College.
There you go.
Got recruited just up the road. Doesn't have to leave home to go play college football.
Hey, that's the way That's the way to do it, man. 2nd down and 7 after a little 3-yard run, and now you can see Grantsville using all that clock right now in their huddle. Yeah, that big kid is their center. That's a big dude. Got to bend over and snap that football, man. I feel that guy's pain. That's a good snap, though. Allred throws incomplete. Boy, I thought Grantsville was going down the field on that one. Good job. Is that Mike and Keith who broke that up at the last moment over there? That was a huge pass broken up over there by Mike and Keith, or he was off to the races.
Feel bad for him bending over to snap that ball. I have to bend over and put on my socks, right?
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
We get robots nowadays where you can just sit like this.
They got those shoes now that you just slide on.
Hey, that's what I'm wearing right now, brother.
I need to get a
I'm
pair
wearing
of those.
it right now. That's exactly right. That has sped up my life. I can't tell you how much this sped up my life. Here's Allred throwing again, this time knocked down at the line of scrimmage. We get a flag in late, but the Broncos break up the pass at the line of scrimmage. Now they're hoping that the call's not on them. If not, it would be a 4th down.
If it's back there in the backfield, that by the white hat, that's traditionally a holding,
Yes.
but there's always the but.
There's always the big but.
Yeah. It's going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer.
Are
Yep,
you
that's the
kidding
other
me?
That's the other call you get right there out of the white hat.
So that will, man, the Broncos have had so many occasions, especially here in this second half, where they've had something good happen, but then they've shot themselves in the foot. So they would have had a 4th down, but now instead it's going to be a 1st down for Grantsville here as they commit the roughing the passer penalty, and Grantsville gets the ball at the San Juan 45 with a new set of downs, 4:28 to go in the game.
We talk about the 6 turnovers, but that's the 13th penalty as well. So you put those 2 in the bucket, and the bucket fills up quick.
Yes, that has been the story of the second half, to be sure. And, I mean, I think it's what it comes down to. You don't want to beat yourself in a game, Art. It's one thing to get beaten by another
For
team,
sure.
but I think San Juan has struggled a bit in that department in this game. So, obviously, some things to work on.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things they can go back and look at and say, hey, we might have lost on the scoreboard, but we kind of beat ourselves in this game. And no, not taking anything away from Grantsville. They played a fantastic, 4 quarters here. But San Juan has kind of helped them along in this effort.
And it's still not over. We still got 4 minutes to go, but Grantsville's in the use the time stage of the football game here. Using time, taking time in the huddle, letting that clock tick away here. Under 4 minutes now to go. 2nd down and 9 it will be here. That's the way Yoda might have said that.
You are kind of like Yoda.
I could do a Yoda voice. I don't think I will
If
here.
you're Yoda, does that make me who?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Han Solo?
Yes.
If you say Jabba the Hutt,
Yes.
I'm leaving right now.
I mean, if I'm Yoda, I don't know. I don't know. I am not sure at all. As Carter Bell gets another handoff around the far side. That's back-to-back carries, short
must have a
carries for him.
timeout here. There's a lot of whistling going on.
Yeah, San Juan.
San
I don't
Juan
see anybody
timeout.
down, so yeah, they're going to have to at this point start using.
Yep.
Use their first timeout here to stop the clock with 3:30 to go. They're wanting to get this football back, obviously, after a couple of short gains here. Good stops by San Juan. They do have a 3rd down, so Grantsville can only run. I guess what will it be? As long as San Juan gets a stop, the play clock is 45 seconds, right? Or is it that much?
Yeah.
And so that's as much as they could run off. So theoretically, the Broncos are wanting to get the ball back here with just under 3 minutes to go in the game, but we'll see if they got to get a stop first.
35 in high school, Rhett.
Oh, 35. Thank you, guys. Man, we need to have this guy Tough Adair with us all the time. This guy's wise. He's as wise as you.
I don't know. I know there's an administrative time. There's a play clock, and like you said, I refresh myself, but I tell you.
You say you refresh yourself?
Yeah, I got to get back in my rule book.
What is happening here? Wow, I don't know how I got what I got there. That was a weird deal. Anywho, I've got it all figured out in my own mind, and throwing incomplete is Allred, so the Broncos get that stop they wanted, and that will stop the clock on the incomplete pass. So
4th down.
it is a 4th down, and
They bring out their punter.
Yeah, I'm guessing Grantsville will try to pin San Juan deep here. You do have to watch the fake, but boy, it couldn't have panned out much better at least in the situation the Broncos were in, than what they get right here. Maybe a chance to get the ball back with over 3 minutes to go now in the game and down by 10. You're 2 scores away. We've seen the Broncos do crazier things than score 2 touchdowns in 3.5 minutes, Art.
So the play clock is 40 seconds.
So we were,
we're
it was a
right in the
trade-off.
middle.
We were halfway in the
Yep.
middle. There you go. And this is going to be a great punt.
Oh,
and
in the end
they're
zone.
not able to
Oh,
save
you
it.
got to be kidding me.
They're going to say that was downed at the 1?
He was not in control of the ball. He was still moving. There's no way. That's the second time they've called the ball at the 1 that I have issue with.
Yeah, let's see here. You have to, explain the rules here, because
He was still moving with the ball. He didn't have control of the ball. You've got to control the ball at the
and
point.
stop from going
Yeah,
in, right?
I mean, yeah, he just rolls. The ball bounces off the ground into the end zone with him. That's
Well, he does land on the 1. He's down with it on the 1. Does that count as him being down?
I don't know.
He was down, and then he bounced into the end zone.
Control it.
Well, at any rate, they rule it down on the. That's not even the 1. That's the 6-inch line. So the Broncos are. That's as well as you can down the ball. So Grantsville gets the perfect punt. We'll see if San Juan can answer with a good offensive play, and they do. They're going to get a 6-yard pass out to Randall Black, so that gives them a little bit of breathing room.
They need a little Philly special here.
Yeah.
Little Boise State Statue of Liberty play.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm all for that. I'm always for the Statue of Liberty. And let's see. So Randall Black, another catch.
Big pass over here on the outside, Rhett, to Brig Palmer.
Wow. So
first down.
That'll stretch him out. First down. Good play for San Juan. That moves it out near the 30. Let's see. So they had that at the 6. We'll say, I think, down to the 30, 24-yard pass. I think they're going to start moving so fast. For me, I'm going to have a tough time keeping up at this point.
They're going back to empty set here, so they're really helps out the.
Yeoman's had a lot of room to run, but he's also got a man open.
Caught it.
Wow, he's able to make an amazing catch downfield here at the Grantsville 20. That was, who's 24?
Quincy Singer, 14.
14, excuse me. Oh,
He
14.
bobbled that, but came down with it.
That's his first catch of the night.
I would stay empty here if I'm Coach Christensen. It's working for you every time you've been the empty set. You've spread the field. It's worked for you. You've got guys open every time.
I think that was a 45-yard play. Yeomans throws the ball far side. We're going to have a late flag here in the backfield where Yeomans was. We'll see what this is going to be.
I don't know if they're going to call it going low on the quarterback in high school football. I thought grounding when I first saw it, but I wasn't sure if because there's receivers over there. They were not looking at him, but they don't have to look at him. They're just be in the area, I think.
Well, they called it a grounding?
I don't know. They haven't called anything yet. Oh, now they're
No, it's going to be the roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. He went low, and I wonder if that's why.
Which is weird because he didn't even tackle him.
He went low on him, so that's
Okay.
obviously got to be the call is can't go below the knees.
Wow, so that moves the chains inside the Grantsville 15. It'll be 1st and 10.
But I'm with you. I didn't even see him touch him. But, hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, San Juan will indeed take it. Now they're in business. They could strike to the end zone from here. They could get a first down, but I don't think they want to waste that kind of time. They're going to maybe look to get one in right here. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Yeomans, quick throw behind Randall Black, incomplete. And so that's a break that wasn't intercepted or anything in there. It'll be 2nd down and 10, 2:26 to go.
They got Harden back at the tailback spot here, which allows those backers to kind of sit home, kind of cover that middle.
Broncos down by 10, 30-20. Looking to try to make it try to cut that in half right now. I don't know what happened there. I think there was a pattern that didn't get to be completed over there. Yeah, Randall Black unable to bring that in. So back-to-back incompletions will make it 3rd and 10. Still no time for panic here right now. You got a couple of shots at it right here, even just to move the chains if that's what you can do, but also to take shots at the end zone. And they're going to go hurry up. Yeomans will throw out of the backfield, little check down here, and it's going to be Thomas Harden. Oh, he lost the football, and the ball rolled down around the 1-yard line, and Grantsville says they have it.
Was it recovered or go out of bounds? They stopped the clock, but they haven't shown possession yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen a signal.
Did it go out of bounds?
The Grantsville people are acting as if they have the football.
And you can't fumble forward Are they giving it to Grantsville?
Yeah, I never even saw a signal, but that must be what's happening.
Yeah, I never saw them signal possession. They just stopped the clock, both officials over there on that sideline.
So I'm going to say that was a 9-yard pass and then a fumble, unfortunately, for Thomas Harden out of the backfield. And so the Broncos, unfortunately, commit their 7th turnover of the night, and that really has been the tale, man. They were driving, they were nigh unto scoring, and now, unfortunately, have nothing to show for it. And it'll be Grantsville now starting the other way.
Fumble!
And now San Juan may. I think Grantsville has recovered their own fumble on the 1. So, man, a heart-stopping moment for Grantsville here as they almost give it right back to San Juan. But a loss of a yard on the play, loss of a couple on the play. That was kind of crazy right there. That made it a little exciting, but let's see here. Yeah, unfortunately for San Juan, 3 fumbles in the second half here. And now Grantsville almost suffered the same thing, but recovered it themselves. And a timeout here, I'm assuming by, well, I'm not sure who called this, but 2:03 left. A 30-20 lead for Grantsville in the Rural Utah preview here tonight from Snow College and Ephraim. First game of the 2026 high school football season. And high school football action all across the state tonight. A lot of teams starting it out. I know in our area we had Grand County and Whitehorse also starting tonight in the 8-player ranks down south back in our home area. But San Juan up here in Ephraim now trying to kind of shock the world here, trying to get the football back, but Grantsville makes them jump offside here. And so Grantsville will get a little breathing room via the penalty as they'll mark it 5 yards ahead. Again, 2:03 still left in this game. The Broncos trying to make a miracle happen here in the waning moments, down by 10.
Yeah, the ball just hasn't bounced their way on those turnovers, that's for sure.
Not at all. No, and I thought that ball may have gotten out of bounds, but there must have been some sort of circus recovery over there on the sideline. That's about as far away from us as you can be from our vantage point.
We're
so
going to get a timeout, San Juan.
Yeah, here, let's see. We need to call this guy's name. Beck Mondragon carried the football on that last handoff. That's just got to be the best last name in the state of Utah. Mondragon. Who is named Mondragon is the question. I mean, I've heard of the blacksmiths. You know what their family's famous for. You know, the...
Maybe the Mondragons are from Scotland and they were dragon
Did you
slayers.
say Scotland?
Scotland.
Aye, it's the Mondragons.
I'm telling you, it fits.
It sure does.
There's a kids book you could write right there.
Absolutely.
Red Sifford, you retire tomorrow.
The secret lair of the Mondragons.
That's right. That's a great name.
That's good. It's good stuff. We're down to a 3rd and 3 here after this timeout. Under 2 minutes to go. Grantsville trying to close out San Juan here and get a little revenge from last year. Little shuttle pass in the backfield on a reverse, and this guy's going to go the distance unless someone can catch up. There is going to be a catch up from the back, but a big dash of a run. That was who else but Carter Bell. And, man, where did that even start from? That starts all the way back right around the 10. So that's a 40, 50, 60. That's about a 70-yard run right there for Carter Bell, and that's at least the first nail in the coffin, if there wasn't already a nail in the coffin here tonight.
Impressed by Mike and Keith, though. He turns on the jets to chase that down.
That'll be the biggest play of the night right there. 70-yard run from Carter Bell.
Now Grantsville goes
a little victory formation. So that will seal the deal. That was the first, second, maybe third and fourth nails in the coffin right there on that run, as that will make it to where Grantsville can run it down here now. And so I guess San Juan apparently has used all their timeouts. And so the Grantsville Cowboys are going to get the victory tonight to start off this 2026 season. As these two teams have traded victories over these last 4 seasons, Art. You had, of course, the Cowboys ending San Juan's historic run of 37 straight games 4 years ago, or sorry, I guess it was 3 years ago. And then San Juan bounced back to beat Grantsville on this field last year in this rural Utah preview. And now Grantsville will get back in the win column against San Juan here tonight. So these two teams for the last 3 years have traded victories. And I think they may have to snap the ball one final time, as we have gotten clarification tonight that it's a 40-second clock in high school football. So they'll just have to snap it one more time right here. And that'll be it. Now they'll shake hands. Grantsville raises their hands in celebration. They rush the field. They are pumped to have beaten the San Juan Broncos here tonight. And the Broncos will start the season 0-1. Art, we talked about it, especially in that second half. You know, obviously a lot of things for San Juan to work on, some things that worked well. You know, you get in the film room and you start looking at it, and you start you just got to move on. It comes down to how you bounce back from this, the adjustments that you make, and the things you improve, and moving on through the rest of the season. A lot of games to go, long season. This is not the end of your season for sure, and so that's what the Broncos are faced with here after this one.
And I know that you came in here, and this is a Grantsville team that was ranked, I think, second or first in their region, and I believe second
behind Morgan. Yeah.
Yep. And that was with Van Vliet as the quarterback.
Yeah.
But this kid came in and stepped
very
up.
Promising quarterback.
But that tells you what kind of caliber of team this is in the preseason rankings. In that the 3A coaches think that they're the second best in that 3A division. So not a slouch team for San Juan to come up and challenge themselves with every year at the first of the year. And a disappointing win for sure, because you want to come out and get the win, but a lot of things to work on. I think you're going to have in film, and I think also you have some good things that you can say, hey, we had some kids step up, we had some big plays here and there, we had some good things out of some kids that have zero varsity experience.
Yeah,
and that's huge, Red. It really is. It can't be said enough that when you got kids that, you know, you put 4 or 5 kids on that defense or offense that don't have any varsity experience or their first taste of it. It's hard to gauge that. You can't gauge it in practice. You can't. No matter what you do in practice, we used to try to put half our starters offensive line and then move the starting defensive line on that side, so we'd go starter on starter. It still doesn't give you a good look. This is where you get that look. This is where you go back and you study film. And one thing I've learned over the last 6 years with this San Juan coach staff is they're really good at looking at film and breaking that down and finding those little things to tweak and to fix that are going to work in their favor. And I know they're going to do that. And it may be like Coach Christian said earlier in the season in that interview that, you know, this is a different look. And they may have to look at that and say, okay, what else? Where are our strengths at? Because every coach wants to coach what they know, but great coaches coach the kids they've got. And Coach Christian is one of those coaches. And you got to go back and look and see, okay, where are our strengths? Where's our weaknesses? And we may have to change some stuff. It may not be the go down the field every time San Juan offense, because we don't have those big threats downfield. We may have to do some different things here and there, and they'll make those adjustments and they'll figure it out. The one thing is just keep these kids up, keep these kids on. You know, hey, this is a step in the process.
Yeah,
this does not define us. This is not into the season, like you said. This is the first game. We're learning. We're young. We're gonna get better. They've showed it year in and year out, and that's where they need to go. And I think overall, you know, a solid effort here by a good group of kids that, like I said 100 times already, you got a lot of kids out there have no varsity experience.
Yeah, and you got a lot of kids who feel that pressure. You know, we talked with Coach Christensen about that. Do they feel that pressure? And I think that's there. You know, you got folks who expect some things from San Juan football, and you feel that pressure. And I know Coach Christensen is down there telling them not to hang their heads, to be encouraged, that they're a family, that they're brothers, that they'll drive through this, you know. And so I know that's what he's talking about. I don't know if we'll get a chance to talk with him here before we head out of here, but we'll definitely talk with him next week. But, yeah, you know, you build on it, you move from it. You champions come back from losses all the time, you know, and it matters what happens in the next game, and so that's what we look forward to. We're going to take a quick break, and we will come back with some final game stats. We'll see if we can get a conversation with Coach Christensen. I'm not sure if he's going to want to traipse up the stands here and do that, but we'll see. Stick with us. We will open the post-game show when we return. It is Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Northern Electric has been a steady part of our communities since 1957, providing trusted electrical installation and service you can count on. Northern Electric is proud to stand behind high school athletics and the bright young people who represent our future.
Red Mechanical, proudly serving our communities across San Juan and now Grand County with our new office in Moab. We're excited to announce that we have new financing options available to make comfort easier. Red Mechanical, proud sponsors of high school athletics and our youth.
At Diamond Propane, we're proud to fuel more than homes and businesses. We're proud to support our local high school athletes and the community we all call home. For dependable service and all your propane needs, choose a local company that puts its neighbors first. Call Diamond Propane today and make the switch.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural hospitals, offering hemodialysis, swing bed, lab, labor and delivery, pharmacy, radiology, general and orthopedic surgery, weight loss surgery, and sleep study. Blue Mountain Hospital is proud to support our community's youth and athletics.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community. Holiday Construction.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing and Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
Welcome back to Snow College in Ephraim. It's the post-game show live here tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. It's a 30-20 win for the Grantsville Cowboys here tonight, so a tough loss for the San Juan Broncos to start the season, but we'll say this all the time. They don't have a reason to hang their head. They played hard, as Mr. Adair was just saying here before he headed down to try to corral Coach Christensen. And even Coach Christensen talked about it too. It's a bunch of kids who are just starting kind of varsity-wise. Though they are seniors, though they're juniors and seniors, they haven't had that varsity experience, and so this was kind of like a trial by fire tonight, and you really get to see where you stand. You see the advancements that you need to make. You see the things where you struggle, and so you move on from this, and you try to get better as the season goes along. A long season, obviously, and so the Broncos will go back to work and see where they go from here, but they do start the season 0-1 with the tough loss tonight. We'll take a look at some final game stats here, and then if Coach Christensen is able to make his way up here, we might have a chance to chat with him before we sign out. But just started off with the Grantsville Cowboys, and boy, you talk about this sophomore quarterback that came in tonight in his first varsity game, and he was 14 of 30 tonight, so his completion rating wasn't astronomical, but 195 yards on the game passing, and the one passing touchdown. He did throw 2 interceptions, but way back in the first quarter, and after that, he did not turn the ball over. So it was a good and strong second through fourth quarters for him, and he really led this team tonight offensively and made it happen. Carter Bell was also the other main weapon tonight. He rushed for 3 touchdowns tonight, and he did rush for 3 touchdowns, 165 yards on the ground for him. He also had 36 yards receiving tonight. By the way, Crew Allred ran for 80 yards tonight as well. He had 14 carries. Carter Bell carried the ball 24 times tonight. So you see the amount of times those guys were used. Those were the 2 main weapons. And then my apologies to all the Grantsville receivers. My stats are very lacking. But I'll just see what I have here. I've got Beck Mondragon for 1 carry tonight and 6 yards, and 1 catch tonight and 7 yards. And again, I don't think any of this is correct. You got to take this all with a grain of salt. Ty Holm caught the 25-yard touchdown pass. He had 3 catches for 42 yards tonight. Grayson Warren had 2 carries tonight for 5 yards. And Dawson Dunleavy, 4 catches, 75 yards this evening. And then Colt Thomas rounds it out. He had 1 catch for 14 yards tonight. And I think that is everybody for Grantsville. Their total yardage tonight, 451 yards of offense, 195 yards passing, 256 on the ground. Through the air tonight, 1 TD, the 2 interceptions. And in the running game, 3 touchdowns tonight and no turnovers for Grantsville. For San Juan, let's see if I can get it to come up. It was, we'll start with the QB. Bo Yeoman starting his junior campaign out. Went 25 for 39 tonight for, let's see, we're going to have to tally it up because it ended up being in 2 columns. He had 402 yards tonight. So he threw for 402 yards. That is not too shabby, but unfortunately he also threw 3 interceptions tonight. And he did have the 2 touchdown passes, a couple of big ones, 47-yarder and a 40-yarder. Brig Palmer caught both of them, and Brig Palmer was a big weapon tonight, obviously, for the San Juan Broncos. He had 235 receiving yards, 13 catches. He had also 8 carries on the ground tonight, 66 yards. He did lose a fumble tonight. Thomas Harden lost a couple fumbles. He carried the ball 13 times tonight for 58 yards and had a couple of catches for 14 yards tonight. Let's see. Quincy Singer had a 45-yard catch tonight. Randall Black caught the ball 6 times this evening for 70 yards. Mike and Keith had a couple catches. Man, Art, they never got the ball to Mikan again in that second half, I don't believe. He had just 2 catches back in the first quarter for 38 yards. You got to take all these stats totally unofficially, though, that's for sure. My stats are completely unofficial. I did have Bo Yeoman's rushing tonight 7 times for 18 yards, and he did lose a fumble tonight. So the Broncos ended up with 544 yards of total offense, 402 of those through the air, 2 TDs and 3 interceptions. And Art, you talked about this in the second half and really for the whole game. Only 142 yards rushing tonight, 1 TD, 4 fumbles though. But man, the rushing game is, we've gotten so used to guys like Jagger Neves running the football and just getting you yardage and yardage and yardage. And obviously it's a new look Broncos now. You got to figure out a way to get that rushing game going and balance out this offensive attack.
Yeah, and you might have to look at bringing in a heavy set line. You never know. I mean, that's why these coaches are 5-time state champs. They'll figure something out. They'll go back to the drawing board and look at what worked and what didn't, like we talked about. But if you look at just your stat line, you got over 500 yards of offense.
Yeah.
You're thinking, hey, yeah, San Juan came in with a win.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it's the turnovers. And that's, again, something that young players that, even though they might be seniors and juniors, that, now you're the man. You're it. And when you go from only getting, a handful of carries a game, and now you're getting the bulk of the carries, it's, they're going to have those turnovers, and you got to learn how to protect the rock and learn how to go down, take the yards you're given, and then go down so you don't turn the ball over. And sometimes it's just that extra effort that you're trying to help out your team, and unfortunately it goes the wrong way. So, but yeah, I really just the tape is going to be turnovers tonight, and just
turnovers and penalties combined. The mistakes in the second half are for sure something that they'll look at, and I know they'll look to improve that. So.
Yeah, and there was a couple of scores that Grantsville got because the ball was turned over so deep in San Juan territory that you don't give them that long field and they go and score, and really
let's set the tone in the second half.
If you take those away, I think you might have a different outcome.
Yeah, those kind of started to stretch the lead a little bit, and then you saw the Broncos late. Who knows if you had another 8 minutes here, had another quarter to play here tonight, you don't know what might have happened, but obviously that's not the case. So the Broncos fall in game one. It's not going to get any easier. They're going to hit the road again next week for another rival here, another team that we're used to battling against, and it'll be a major showdown again on Beavers turf next Friday. That's going to be a 7 o'clock kickoff. That should be a fun one, as the Broncos will head to Beaver to challenge the 1A runners-up from last season. And so 3 games to start the season, big challenges for the Broncos. You go right into it. It's a gauntlet, and so they'll look forward to that next week, and we'll look forward to chatting with Barkley Christensen next week. He's not able to come up and chat with us tonight, so I think that'll do it unless you have some parting shots, Art, before we close it out here tonight.
I think this year you got to have patience with this team. You got to have patience with the younger kids, with the kids that we say younger, but we've said this 1,000 times, Rhett.
Younger experience-wise.
Yeah, you got to have patience with them. It will come, but it doesn't come without trial and tribulation. It doesn't come without on the field, grinding it out, figuring out how to play football. It's a world of difference on the practice field as it is on the game field. And so get some games under their belt, and I think you're going to see this team kind of turn the tide and rebound from this loss. And this loss could, like years past, could end up to be the best thing that happened.
Yeah, we've seen that before in a San Juan game, in a San Juan season, especially the year that their streak was ended, and they bounced back and rallied and of course, won a state championship. So obviously the season is just beginning, so a long way to go, a lot of work to be done, and we're going to be excited to follow it throughout the season. So we'll see you next week at Beaver when the Broncos kick it off against the Beavers. Man, you'd think they could have been a little bit more creative with the name. I guess it's the Beaver Beavers. That's just how it is. That's the mascot.
Hey, if anybody's still up at 11 o'clock tonight listening to us, they are diehards.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, we're going to sign it off. We will see you next week in Beaver, starting at 6:30 p.m. on the broadcast here on StreamUtah.Live and Red Rock 92. I want to say some thanks to everybody involved tonight for our StreamUtah.Live crew. Everybody here tonight, Lane Palmer, Caleb Carr, Cortland Lyman, thank you guys. A lot of fun. Always fun joking around and getting it right. We actually sort of got it right tonight, I think. I don't know. We've had some technical difficulties on the radio computer, but as far as the stream goes, great product tonight, guys. A lot of fun, and thank you guys for all your work. Thanks to all the sponsors for making it happen. Again, we'll see you next week in Beaver. On behalf of Art Adair, it's Rhett Sifford saying so long from Snow College, where the Broncos fall 30-20. We'll see you right here next week. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend, high school sports fans.
High School Hoops is a production of Red Rock 92 Sports and StreamUtah.Live. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, San Juan Building Supply, Blue Mountain Foods, Bradford Tire, Desert Rivers Credit Union, San Juan School District Adult Education, Diamond Propane, Colleen Kays, Four Corners Homes, San Juan Counseling, Holiday Construction, San Juan Health, Crowley Construction, Northern Electric, San Juan Insurance, Dependable Auto Repair, Precision Rehab, Red Mechanical, San Juan School District CTE Programs, Diamond Designs, Blue Mountain Hospital, Energy Fuels, San Juan Public Health, Emory Telecom, Red's Ace Hardware, Canyonlands Tire, Empire Electric, Flights Gymnastics, Utah Navajo Health System, Utah State University Blanding, San Juan Pharmacy, Four Corners Regional Care Center, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Napa Motor Parts, San Juan Credit Union, Primary Residential Mortgage, and Westcott Motors. We're the home of live high school sports coverage in southeastern Utah, Classic Hits Radio, Red Rock 92, and StreamUtah.Live.